doing because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been whacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast coming to you the day after the championship games. Super Bowl is set. We're going to see the Bengals and Rams in Super Bowl 56, correct? 56? Right, double nickels last year, this year 56, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Super Bowl 56 coming up in 2 weeks from yesterday in LA. We didn't have a home team playing a Super Bowl for 54 Super. Yeah, it's 54 Super Bowls. Now we have back-to-back home team playing the Super Bowl. So let's start out how we always do. We'll talk about that later. Let's start out, how was your guys' week? Ed, you start us up.
Oh, you're a stupid son of a bitch. I spent the last week lobbying Spotify to remove Neil Young or the Basement Benchwarmers would leave the platform. Guess who isn't on Spotify anymore? Neil, take off, you hoser. Now, I find it funny that the masses are like attempting to cancel Joe Rogan from Spotify. For years, that platform's hosted child molesters, woman beaters, murderers, degenerate drug addicts, sex abusers, and generally just a bunch of god-awful people.
And that's just Michael Jackson.
Now, I can only speak for the members of the Basement Benchwarmers, but I bet a bunch of other podcasts have those type of people on them, too.
Oh, wow.
See what I did there?
Nice.
Damn, cut into my Michael Jackson. That was who I was thinking of, but I wrote that, too.
That's not good. Okay, beat it. Your turn.
I see what you did there.
It's too easy tonight.
I thought
like softballs.
I thought maybe Ed started the good, bad, and the ugly. I had a good week. Went fast. Feel like I was just here.
That's what Heather said.
I know.
Went fast.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. You know what? I'm really excited to hear how Willie's week was.
What? my excitement was yesterday coming watching football, you know?
You were here?
Yeah, I was here. Didn't you remember seeing me?
I heard some snoring in the corner.
Smelled mothballs.
Just cut my toenails. Watch out over there. There's a lot.
He was biting his toenails.
It was like walking through jagged glass over there about half hour ago.
Flossing my teeth.
Yeah, I got here. Scott's like, leave your shoes on.
There's a whole bowl of Werther still over there.
They're all stuck together, too. But they're not coming apart.
His 8-track player's still sitting over there.
Can't get Captain Deal to stop playing.
Oh, I love that song.
Love, is that what they say?
Love
will keep us together. Yeah. Well, guys, good show.
Yeah. That's it, man.
That's all I got. That's it.
That's great.
Yeah, good week, I guess. I don't know. Nothing special this week. Same as usual.
You didn't get blue waffle disease?
No blue waffles. Wow. Glenn showed us that. That's weird.
Yeah, that's gross.
Glenn, where are you?
A made-up disease that even grossed me out.
Yeah.
What?
Glenn, I'll show you.
Oh, I can't wait. I see Glenn all the time lately.
Yeah, I don't know.
He'll run right over.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
So he'll show you his blue waffle.
The only text I saw is that he had something on the smoker.
Yeah, he brought some wings over. Yeah, they were good. They were
you just missed them.
They were very good.
Yeah,
good wings. He actually like a true guy off the grill. He walked over with ranch in his pocket.
Yeah, he did.
Are you serious?
And hot sauce in his pocket too. So we had both we wanted.
It's like Hank Scorpio. He's got like condiments in his pockets.
Were they in a bottle or just in his pocket?
Just his into his pocket.
Here you guys go.
I got a couple pieces of lint on my.
I got cargo pants on tonight.
He put baggies in them.
Oh,
so
nice.
So on tonight's show, we're gonna talk a little bit about obviously what's the Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks. Coaching changes and additions and subtractions. Well, we know what subtractions, the additions, good, bad, and the ugly. Our 2-week-old snake draft we're probably going to do tonight. Greatest playoff performances, not counting the Super Bowl, playoff performances. And whatever else comes up as usual. We have, I think we have a shower stall tonight. We have aware of that now, Willie?
No.
Oh, okay. I got one.
Do you? Yeah. Nice.
It's easy. I think you guys all know it, but whatever. Let me finish it before you answer. You guys can.
Is it Glenn?
No. Anyway, let's start with our usual good, bad, and the ugly. So let's start with Willie. Yeah, we'll go backwards tonight. Well, let's do ugly first. Ugly Willie, you get to ugly first.
I'm gonna go the ugly here. If anybody watched CBS yesterday, it was the sound guy for CBS.
The halftime show.
NFL fans took to social media in droves to complain about the technical audio issues. I mean, you saw it right off the bat with, was it Ashanti? She was singing, but what was kind of cool about it, the whole stadium started singing with her, and I think she was pretty moved by that. And then there was one guy tweeted, he goes, I thought I was extremely drunk and thought CBS halftime audio issues were some sort of auditory hallucination. But after those mistakes, I think someone's going to lose their job today if they haven't already.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Huge.
Eric. What are we on? Ugly or bad?
Ugly.
Ugly. My ugly is what could be the lasting image of Jim Garoppolo as the quarterback of the 49ers, just chucking a ball. I mean, it just looked awful. It just, I mean, why even throw it? Just
that guy would have jumped higher, he would have had it.
Yeah, well,
he would have ended up in a 4. It would have been like 4th and 15 from your own 5 at that point.
Did they practice that play?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's my ugly. It just didn't look good.
What did I say when that happened? When I said the Niners got the ball back with like 1:40 left, and I'm like, well, this game's over. He can't move him down the field. There's no way.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
It's Jimmy G.
I know everything.
We were waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, that was a great prediction. That was a tough call.
I went way out there.
Thanks a lot, Nostradamus.
The odds were 0 to 1.
I actually had to pay the guy, and I was right.
I know. It was like, what? Somebody just come over, punched me, and took my wallet. That's how good my odds were. Let's see. What was my ugly? I can't do that one. So I'm going to stick with Neil Young. What a douchebag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are we recording?
Yeah, it was. It just was.
You freaked me out there. I'm like, oh, here we go.
It disappeared.
That's what she said.
Let's see here. My ugly, I just had a second ago. My ugly is the Chiefs scored a touchdown in 13 seconds, or got a field goal in 13 seconds. They couldn't score more than a field goal in 30 minutes. That's my ugly. That's very ugly.
Yeah, I figured everybody'd be on that ugly list.
I just took it a different way with the 13 to 15. Different. It's weird. It's the NFL, man. The NFL is they're winning.
Yeah.
Their model is winning. Every sport needs to sit back and go. Every sport, no matter the money involved, needs to sit back and go, we need this for the sport. The players have to be smart. I know they'll talk about the owners get all the money. I got it. That's whatever. But the players want to be relevant and make it fun for everybody. If you have a hard cap in baseball, then teams like the A's, the Brewers, and they've been involved, but they're not going to, it's going to be hard pressed to win to get any further than what they've been doing without something like it. And this is why these teams are like this. This cap affects everybody at some point in the NFL. It does. It has to. The NFL goes like this most of the time. That's how it works. And I just think every sport, and the NBA is the worst example of the whole thing. We have a cap, but if we sign and trade, you can do that and do this and do that. No way should Harden and those guys all play together.
The New York and the LA teams they're exempt from that.
Yeah, well, New York, LA, yeah. And, so yeah.
It's hard to say because, like, the framework of each sport, I mean, football has so many different components that it lends itself to have more drama. I mean,
that's true. Offense,
than
defense.
5-on-5 basketball or, baseball. And I see what you're saying with if you did that with the caps.
Hard caps, yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's more the framework, too, of what the sport is. I mean, you could have.
And how far has America come in the last couple of years? Huh? America. They put a huge flag on the whole field, and who was it? Brandy was out there singing. Is that who that was?
Yep.
Yeah, Moesha.
Yeah, the one with the long eyebrows there, or long
She's
eyelashes.
a good girl.
Yeah.
What a great wife.
And everybody's standing up and honoring the flag. Wow, America's come a long way. Wonder a lot of things have changed.
Bad, Willie. Bad.
I'll go with Patrick Mahomes for the bad. His QBR rating in the first half was 98.0. His second half was 1.4. His largest gap in a player's QBR by a half in playoffs since QBR tracking began in 2006. What the hell happened?
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm gonna guess we're gonna talk about this game later.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I'm going to piggyback on that. My bad is what Scott's ugly was, the fact that the Chiefs just had absolutely nothing on offense. I mean, I understand the Bengals are a good defense, but the Chiefs, like you said, they scored in 13 seconds, and they couldn't do anything at all in the second half. It's just kind of embarrassing for them.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm going the same thing. It's Patrick Mahomes'
$40 million
decision making inside the 10-yard line was awful. Just awful. Cost him points at halftime. Cost him points at the end of the game. He didn't look great. Maybe they'll be asking for a trade for him pretty soon. Move on from Mahomes.
Yeah.
Can't win the big game.
A lot of money though. There, $40 million a year.
He's not
I'm sure someone would take him.
Is he still talking to his brother? Because I know there's another quarterback that can't win the big game that doesn't talk to his brother anymore.
I hate to pick on the Chiefs because obviously this is a 2-time Super Bowl team that actually is pretty good. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say I think I look at it a different way. Did the offensive, and I don't know who called. There's the argument, does Reed call, does Bieniemy? I don't know who calls plays, and that shouldn't hold anybody from getting a job. Because Bieniemy, if he is calling plays, he's done a good job at this point. But whatever. But the point is this, and if you think about it, when we were watching the game yesterday, I made this comment probably like 8 times. Man, that McKinnon sure finishes hard and runs the ball hard. Run the football. Don't be afraid. Run the football. You're up by. You get the ball in the second half. You come out and throw the ball 2 out of 3. I mean, run the football.
Yeah, he was getting extra yards. I mean, he was.
And Allaire came in and did good too. They ran the ball. They just run. I like to know. I wonder how many times they ran the ball yesterday. That'd be a great. When you had the lead, you should easily outrush the other team. And I bet it was close.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense. Like they got.
I could be wrong. I could be way off.
They were like outsmarting themselves when they got down by the goal line.
Run.
Well, they wanted to run the clock down. They're like, we're going to run the clock down.
The first play, and we said this, the first play from the goal line, they had like 27 seconds left. Run the ball.
Yeah.
Run inside handoff. Don't work. Then
what about
go up to the line, call another play, and throw it or do whatever.
What about that stupid play with Kelsey where they run him inside like
the
that,
little foot
flip
pass that works 98% of the time?
It's unstoppable.
Yeah. So
no, they ran something outside.
24 rushes yesterday.
24 total.
Yep.
In a game you were winning by, and how many did Mahomes have those 24?
Mahomes had 3 of them.
Okay, so 21 rushes by running backs. And I guarantee Hardman had like 3 of those.
He had 2.
Okay, so 2. So now you're done 19 rushes by your running backs.
And Burton.
Oh, yeah, he's not. So 18 rushes by your running backs.
You don't have how many times they ran it in the second half, do you?
And you're winning the football game.
You're up 21-3.
21-10, second half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got
it. But still, you're up.
Yeah.
You were up.
Oh, sure. That second half.
You were up 21.
You should have 20 rushes in the second half.
I agree. It's crazy. It's just, I mean, these teams don't want to. These teams getting this thing like, oh my God, even the Rams yesterday ran the ball a good amount. They're getting back to that. They talked about it pregame. The Rams changed their philosophy like about 8 weeks in and said, we got to run the ball more. McVay got away from, we're going to go back and have Stafford throw it, play action 50 yards on the field every time.
And only throw to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. You're right. He threw to a bunch of receivers and they ran the ball. And they might have, you know what? We could look it up and maybe the Rams ran less. I don't know. How many times the Rams run the ball? But they were in a close game too. That's different.
Yeah, you got to throw a little bit more.
I can tell you
the
Bengals ran it 27 times.
So
Mixon had 21.
Mixon had 21 carries, and they were losing most of the game.
Burrow had 5, and then Chase had 1.
And they still won. That's proof. That's proof. When you're a good offense,
what did that other back, Perine?
Samaji?
He looked pretty good.
Isn't he a Badger? Ex-Badger?
No, he actually was the guy that he broke Melvin Gordon's record the week after Melvin Gordon said it. After it stood for 20 plus years.
And 7 days later.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So Rams, let's see.
Okay. So you're looking. So we got my bad was that you're looking it up, Willie.
Yep.
We'll let Eric do the good while you're looking it up.
All right, my good is I'm gonna get away from football here for a second.
You're looking up what?
Is it gonna be golf?
Yeah, it's gonna be golf, Ed. So my good is Luke List. I know he's not a household name in the golfing world, but he shot a 66. On Saturday was the final round of the golf because that's how big football is. That now the PGA Tour is avoiding Sundays that there's championship games. So they concluded that tournament on Saturday. He shot a 66, and he had to spend over 2 hours on the driving range waiting for the rest of the round to conclude. And he still was able to go out there and hit his third shot within like a foot, so that he had a little tap in for birdie to win to win the tournament. It was pretty impressive.
That was a great shot.
Yes, I mean that's ice water in your veins kind of moment right there.
Looks like me at the putt.
Exactly. I like when it comes down to like a big wedge shot like that. I mean, these guys are 140 out or whatever. That's
what she said.
Yeah, you got to stick it.
Yeah, baby.
And then you got to put it in the hole. So that's my good.
The next one's a dolphin. We're in trouble. We might be banned from Spotify.
I don't.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
anyway, you're good. I don't know why I even hit that one.
That was the good right there.
Oh shit!
Wow, that's good. I gotta just play that once in a while. That's good.
You know what? I'll go with Joe Burrow.
Nice.
I mean, he's the new shiny thing in the NFL. Yeah. Maybe he'll get some kickback, slashback commercials or whatever those
I disagree
are
with you saying he's a new shiny thing because he's proven he is.
Yeah,
he's a dude. He's not just had it.
He's the new Mahomes all of a sudden.
Yeah,
now.
well,
Mahomes' first full season.
Mahomes, all these flashy numbers, gets to the playoffs and doesn't play. Doesn't do great. Well, he actually. Thing about Burrow, he kind of has fought a lot of crap in these games and came out a winner. Yeah. I mean, he got a crap beat out
of
Tennessee,
yeah.
and then against Tennessee and then KC. You're right. He's a new thing. I don't make it sound like he's a flash in the pan because that offense is built to. If they get a couple linemen, a couple linemen, add to that thing, couple free agent linemen because they can afford them with T. Higgins being cheap. All those guys are cheap.
Everybody's cheap. Yeah. Your top 3 offensive players. You got Mixon, but are cheap.
Yeah.
You got him on
and you maybe you can afford to keep Mixon around because of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Why not?
He's my favorite interview now too. He's awesome.
Mixon or Burrow?
Yeah,
Burrow.
Well, Mixon even had a good interview right after the game. They interviewed Mixon.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He like I told, it's crazy. I think he's like 44 years old, but he's like 25.
Yeah.
Seems like he's been in the league forever.
And Burrow looks like he's 13.
Yeah.
They look like he could be his grandpa.
That's why you call him a shiny new thing.
Yeah,
he looks 13.
Did you guys see the photo? Did you guys see the photo of Burrow and Chase's dads in the parking lot smoking the cigars?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about right there.
Right.
2 proud dads. That's awesome.
And they played together, so those guys.
Yeah,
know
Louisiana guys.
Oh, yeah. So the dads they hung out all the time.
Yep. The cigar seems to be a theme with that.
Who dat?
Who dat?
They're bad for you.
Not who dat. Who day?
Who day?
Sorry,
yeah, who dat is the Saints.
Yeah,
who day? Who they gonna beat them Bengals?
Oh, Willie, you're good.
Never
heard of
good?
Did you get the rushing?
I only speak
I do.
English.
I have the rushing thing for you.
How many times did not the 49ers don't count because they rushed like 1,000 times?
Well, I'll give you the Rams.
How many times did they rush in their win?
Rams had 29. 49ers had 20.
Huh?
Wow.
And that's why the 49ers couldn't win the game.
Yeah.
Maybe. They didn't
Samuel had
they
7,
had the lead
Mitchell
too. They were up by
11.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell only had 20 yards rushing.
Yeah. So
actually, their running backs only had 20 yards rushing.
Well, Debo I count as running back now. He lines up back there and runs those.
He's a wide
plays.
back.
He's not just a flash in the pan kind of sweep guy. He actually sits back there and
he's a tough.
Ed made a good point watching the game too. He's
watching him.
He's got like giant
I know
running back legs. I mean, he's a big dude.
Robert Newhouse.
Yeah.
I thought it was AJ Dillon.
Yeah, I'm
back
saying
there.
he's not AJ Dillon has you, but he's got some big legs.
Is he under contract with them for a while?
Yeah, he was just drafted like 2 years ago. I thought.
Oh, he's just a young.
Yeah, because I know Heggs always talks about he could have been drafted by the Packers. That's a big argument.
Yeah,
and how many other teams could have drafted him too?
Another guy, but I will give this guy credit on his name's Rocky. From was Rocky Terabasi. He did say this when the draft came up the 1 year. I remember he re-shows his post. I think he wanted Debo and the Packers didn't take him, and I don't know who they took.
I don't remember that.
Oh, whatever. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, so don't give Rocky any credit.
But I'm sure he said other guys that weren't.
So this was the year before Jordan Love, probably.
I think we were at Kaiser's when we were watching this.
It could have been maybe. You might be right. Well, no, the year before Jordan Love. No,
that
you might be. It might have been
because Alexander or King.
No, you might be right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you might be. It might be King
because we traded.
It was King.
We traded our pick and got King.
It was King. I'm almost positive. Whatever.
Yeah.
You're good. I'm sorry. Well, you're good. Willie.
My good is Shooter McPherson.
Oh,
yeah. Among many other nicknames that he has.
Well, yeah, but
Money Mac, Money McPherson.
He's got lots of it. That guy just he lives for the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He might be cockier than Burrow.
Was there any did he say walking out to kick the field goal we're going Super Bowl fellas as he walked out?
He did not say that. I was reading about him. He said I thought about it, but I didn't see the need to. It was going to be.
It was a chip shot.
Chip shot,
Yeah.
right? So, but the kid likes himself too, which is all right. You got to have that confidence.
Yeah. What round was he picked? I mean, he's a
Fifth, I believe.
Okay.
If I'm correct with that, fifth. I thought I looked it up. My good. I don't know if it's good. I don't know how to say it, but I'll give you two numbers: 11% and 4.9%. What are those numbers you think? Willie, you might have saw it. Actually, you might have saw it. It was.
What was the percentages?
11%.
Oh, I got it. The chances of those two teams going to the Super Bowl.
No. Good call. Well, 11% for the Rams. Come on, give them some.
No,
credit.
I mean starting with the playoffs. But no, anyway, go ahead.
Okay, it was a good guess.
Yeah, I mean they were the 4 seed,
Yeah.
and the Bengals were 6 seed.
They're both a 4th seed.
They're both 4 seeds.
Yeah, they're both
okay.
4.
Gotcha.
We got double
I
fours.
was
in
going
them.
to say,
Anywho, go ahead.
chance Willie gets a boner this year and ever gets one again.
So 11% is Matthew Stafford's part of the salary cap, and 4.9 is Joe Burrow's part of the salary cap for their teams. So this will continue a trend of a Super Bowl winner, because Brady's wasn't as much as people think last year, of the Super Bowl winner having less than like an 18% share of their team salary cap.
Wow. Okay, give us some.
It's-
Do you have some comparisons? Like what's Rodgers? What's Mahomes?
Roger? Well, Mahomes would be
like 50.
Mahomes is at 40 million. The cap is like 190, I thought, or
Oh,
two.
Jesus.
So he's over 20%. Well,
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah, but 18, I think, or 17 was the number they gave out. So
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those trends they're saying that obviously.
How many years have we been saying this on the Basement Bench Warmers? Is you got to win it in the 5 years after
Friend of
you
the show,
draft?
Bob Lorenzo, though, I said this. He said it's hard to win with a high press quarterback,
Yep.
no matter how good they are.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. He said it doesn't matter if it's the best quarterback ever or the worst. It doesn't matter. It's just hard to win because you're eating up salary cap.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 star players you can't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yet we year after year the teams that are winning have star quarterbacks.
No, they get you there.
But they're not winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, they get
That's
you.
the point they're making.
The Russell Wilsons when they're on.
Well, yeah, he was under.
He
his
was under.
rookie
Matt Ryan
contract.
was under his rookie of the year. He went.
Mhm.
Didn't win.
Mahomes.
Tom Brady's always been
Mahomes,
a okay share. He doesn't take a bunch.
Mahomes is still on a small contract.
No, his
Yeah,
first
I
year
think
was this year.
This year?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he signed it. I think this year. You might be right though.
I think it's
know
still one
co-
more year.
Yeah. So if you think back, look at all the Super Bowls, you'll be able to see. Well, obviously in the last 15 years, because Rodgers was a rookie when he won his, right?
Peyton Manning was
Or
probably
a smaller deal. Manning.
Yeah,
Manning-
Rodgers was under his
No,
rookie.
Yeah.
He was under a second contract, but it was
wasn't-
nothing.
It was it wasn't like
Manning
nothing.
was before they changed all that, I think.
Here's all the cap hits, but doesn't give you the percentage.
Yeah, 2022 cap hits. That'll be next year. Ryan. Well, Rodgers don't count because he's not there, but Ryan's 48. Holy crap. Aaron Rodgers, Cook Cousins, Deshaun Watson, who's not even playing.
Yeah.
They got to figure him out. Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Mahomes, Prescott. See, Mahomes next year, it's escalators. This year was less. He started his contract, but we looked it up. It's escalators. Like last year, he makes $50 million or something like that. It's crazy.
Well, it's like the last 6 years or something. It jumps after like these first 3 or 4.
And then you get down, like when you start getting to like Garoppolo and Lamar Jackson and Stafford, those are getting 26, 23. Well, 23, it's 11%.
Well, I mean,
So that's 11%, they're saying. So, I mean, that's interesting.
I mean,
Tom Brady's
think about it.
Tom Brady was only making $20 million. Only.
Well,
I love when you say that only.
Goff
Goff's
and
in-
Wentz.
Goff's in there. Wentz is in there.
Josh Allen 16%.
Yeah.
It's
Kyler Murray 11.
I've been saying this. You got to draft a quarterback like Burrow. They have to win in the next few years. And you could probably do it in the 2 or 3 years after he signs the big contract.
Yeah, because you've got layovers for the other contracts, and you and those people that do numbers, they're smart.
But
they know what they're doing. But it's tough.
But after they
sometimes you can't keep the names just because of it's not going to work out. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago. If the Packers go through it, they're
that's
going
to be a mess.
Someone's going to walk in. Their accounting person's going to walk in, or their person in charge of the cap, their cap guru, is going to walk in and say, "You guys do what you want, but here's what you have to do."
You know,
it's like the choice off a menu. Like at a fancy restaurant, you can pick 3 things.
Mhm.
You get 1 a la carte, 1 meat item, and 1 dessert. You can't have it all. You can pick 3 out of 10. That's your choice.
And you got to drink Pabst.
Yeah. No.
No water.
That's all
you know
get.
what it's going to be?
Steak and water.
Well, and that's the Packers. Every team has that problem.
The Packers are going to have a big
That's
problem.
why you see the Falcons last couple years. Matt Bryan's maybe not that bad. It's just that they can't get no one to put around him.
Yeah, they gave him.
I mean, they got rid of Julio Jones at the right time, but now you got these guys. They just can't. They don't have a running back.
Is this going to happen with the Chiefs then? Like, little by little.
Well, the Chiefs have guys.
Just happened to Seattle
Because there's escalators. You're saying it's a little
oh
bit
yeah,
more.
his contract looked up. I think his last year he makes like $50 million.
Yes.
It's an insane number.
You know what I
They'll have
picture?
to sell the franchise.
It's more
to him.
Yeah, to him.
I picture it's more like Gutekunst comes in and he hands it to the accountant and he throws it on the ground like Lou Brown and pisses on it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no chance he's going to have anything to do with it. It's going to be a mess.
Well, you look at Sean Payton. He saw that.
Yeah,
he got. Let me get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they have no. New Orleans is screwed this year too.
Poor Alvin Kamara, huh?
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
a tough one.
It's tough.
Kamara might get traded though.
Yeah,
they might have
Thomas?
no choice. Thomas is a free agent. I think.
Is he?
Yeah, it ain't gonna matter.
he's
Nobody'd
done.
want him.
Thomas will get signed because he's injured.
Yeah, but nobody would want him in a trade.
Oh no, but he's I think he's a free agent, I believe. So that'd be a good
Don't
cheap
the Bears
pick for
have,
somebody.
Bears have good salary.
They'll have
cap.
They'll have cap.
They've got cap space
Yeah,
this year.
because I know. Well, Akeem Hicks is gone.
Yeah,
they're not keeping him. I don't think. And,
so it's a good.
Anybody gets mad at Tom Waddle's got to go.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good. It could be a good year for them. They're changing everything out.
Well, we'll
They've
see.
got money to spend. Teams like the Packers and all the ones that have been big, Seattle. Those guys are going to have to make big moves.
Let's talk about the coaching changes.
Have we even done it good yet?
Yeah, we did.
We're done.
We're all doing it. I was last.
Nobody said Cooper Cup.
No, you did. You
He had
said
like a million catches.
Yeah, I was last. I did my
You said
percentage.
Burrow- You said Burrow. You did the percentage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
percentage,
we're done.
All right, let's.
Can I
move
say
on.
one more bad?
Yeah, go ahead.
The trophies. The trophies they gave out. Those are
That's
like
the same one all the time. The last few
well,
years.
they
yeah.
changed them, but remember how they used to be really? These guys would have.
Well,
to,
the one. Oh, actually, you're right because the one used to look like a stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
George
NFC
Hallis looked like a.
The hell,
stadium.
it was
Now they
really
look
cool.
like.
Now
Now
they
they look
look-
like see-through football. Now they look at footballs you can throw really far.
Right. Yeah.
They do.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
See,
just
I,
like
didn't, I didn't stick around for
piece
any
of metal
the
this way, a
presentation.
piece of metal this way. They're
And
garbage.
it goes.
Why would they change the trophies?
You know,
They did it a while back.
gotta save money. Gotta pay Goodell.
Oh God.
He's making $50 million.
And Mahomes.
The two guys. It's gonna be the NFL. When we're real old, we're just gonna be talking about those two. They're the last two left.
Yeah.
Next thing is going to see it's just going to be like they put on the horses, some roses they put around the quarterback.
So they'll just be folding that piece of paper into a triangle and doing like
Flicking
that.
it around.
Flick through the field goal.
So hires in the NFL. The Giants hired Brian Daboll after Joe Schoen got the job and brought him with. As we talked about last week, if you don't bring him, it's weird, and he brought him. The out of nowhere, the Raiders hired Josh McDaniel and the GM from the assistant GM was it from the Patriots, I believe.
I think it is the assistant
Because I think isn't Bill Belichick's GM kind of there? He's in charge, kind of.
He's
I
the
don't know.
king.
The Broncos hired
Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
Their GM is still John Elway, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's the president of
yeah.
operations.
So they hire Hackett. We started rumors swirling about Rodgers and Devontae Adams going out there. I don't know. That's all about money, and I don't think that coach really has that. I mean, I don't think the I don't know. There's John Elway. John Elway is a sneaky dude, man. Remember, his track record is this. I want to get he got Peyton Manning, and his track record. Maybe he thinks I hired this guy. The chance to get those guys, and I know Rodgers likes.
I don't see how they're a package deal. That's a lot of money, man.
A package deal is in the NBA. That's like gonna be like $70 million.
That's
70,
crazy.
Because Devontae Adams came out saying he wants $30 million a year.
Yeah,
he's gonna. I have a feeling Devontae's going to the Chargers.
Yeah, that'd be.
They
a good
got
place for him.
space there, and you're not paying Herbert
and
yet.
you cut loose Keenan Allen just because he's older.
Although they're like best friends, Devontae and Keenan Allen.
Oh, so maybe you cut Mike Williams.
Yeah,
Mike Williams had a good year this year.
He did.
Finally had a year you thought.
But maybe
you would have
Keenan
5
takes
years
a
ago.
pay cut
Sign
or
and
something.
cut.
I think they could just afford. They could just
Sign and cut
afford
deals.
him.
I like those. New thing in the NFL.
They could just afford him. I think they have.
Yeah, because
they
Herbert's a
have
rookie
space.
still.
Yep.
Herbert's a rookie, obvious contract.
Yep.
So yeah. The Bears hired Eberflus.
Is that how we say it? Are we saying it right?
Eberflus.
Okay.
So
that's a German name,
Poles.
right?
We're still.
We got to get a nickname for him.
Yeah. Ryan Poles
Poles.
was hires the ex Bears lineman
I
from
saw
Boston
that.
College was hired as their GM.
And Matt Ryan's roommate in college.
Yes,
Yeah.
Boston College. Yeah.
It was a good interview.
Oh, package deal.
Yeah, package deal. Hired away Luke Ketsy. Can't remember the guy's name. The quarterback coach from the Packers is
Yeah.
their OC.
He's the OC now. Yep.
Yeah. The defensive coordinator is going to be the defensive backs coach from the Colts coming with them. So that's
a total restructure.
Yeah, and then,
There's rumors that there more guys are still coming from the Colts yet.
yeah, they're going to have it. And there was a nice little Facebook thing I actually commented on today. I'm a Bear fan, so I usually don't comment on anything like that. But it was funny because the person posted that he's a Packer fan. He likes what the Bears have done. He thinks they're gonna, if they do it right, they actually are doing it right the right way, and they could be good in the next couple of years. And someone popped right in and said, "Well, the Bears always fail, blah blah." And then someone else said, oh, they hired a coach that his defense ranked 16th and 18th. They couldn't win a big game against the Jaguars. Well, against the Jaguars, DeForest Buckner was hurt. Kenny Moore was hurt. Xavier Rhodes was hurt.
That's big.
Because I watched Hard Knocks, so I know all about
that.
And the week before, when they needed a game to win, their best, Darius Leonard, he was out with COVID. So they didn't have him.
Well, didn't the Packers hire a coach a few years back that was really had?
And that's what I wrote.
Okay.
I wrote. Well, LaFleur
was
ran a 27th ranked offense before he showed up in Green Bay. And Heggs wrote about beating up on the Bears, and I go, your argument's poor, Heggs. That's a terrible argument. I go, it's about the Jimmy. I didn't write that, but it's always about the Jimmies and Joes.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. It's going to be about Fields.
Yeah, it's about getting talent around him too. People to play with him. I mean, you can't just go in there and go, oh yeah. And you know what? He may be a bust, but I said this before, and I think I said to you guys, I like what they're doing. This is totally different than the last 50 years or 30 years in his organization.
Mhm.
They've hired someone. They're getting rid of scouts now. They're bringing all new scouts in, which I don't know if you were here when I said that yesterday. They have scouts that have been around the organization for like 30 years, 25 years in the Bears organization.
Look at all those quarterbacks they brought in.
I'm just saying,
I bet that's the same in a lot of organizations.
But I'm just saying, how do you not just get them out and go? We need something new. I mean, this isn't working.
True.
You know,
You have to have new
it's
blood.
not like they've hit something. Okay, they hit on a quarterback.
It's like they get lost in the shuffle.
Even if they would hit on a quarterback like Gardner Minshew,
Mhm.
that would at least kept you excited. And oh, this is okay. He can win some games for you.
Yeah.
They never hit on nothing like that either. They didn't hit on nothing like that ever. I mean, couple decent years overall, but nothing crazy. So, but I like what they're doing, and I think the argument, and it's like you brought it up. That's a poor argument. It really is. You don't know what they're going to do. They get, and like I said, you have to see what, maybe in a year from now, I'll be like, yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah, you know, might be.
But it happens everywhere. I mean, you don't know.
We don't
see.
have a crystal ball.
But
So.
They need to get some offensive line to give Fields some protection.
And that's the big thing you probably heard about Poles. His big thing, he was an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's big on offense. He's big on line.
You
He's
build
big
the
on
team in
both
the
sides,
trenches. You
both sides of the
start
ball. And when he comes from KC, and they revamped their line this last year after that last year's Super Bowl mess, and they revamped their line. They were a good line, a better line this year. Not great, but they were better. So.
But yeah, that's the trick. You do that. You build in the trenches over the next 3-4 years. If Fields for some reason doesn't work out, you'll know because you got you got the good offensive lineman, and then what? And then you already have the offensive line core. Then you draft another quarterback.
Well, look at how quick Cincinnati turned it around.
Their line still sucks.
And their line sucks. Yeah,
still.
Yeah, wait till they get a better line.
Well, wait till they play the Rams. Right?
We'll
save that for next week.
But yeah, so those are the hires we had. Anybody? I mean, Josh McDaniel. I think. What do you think about Josh McDaniel? I mean, it's one of those wait and see ones. I mean, could he be like his old boss Belichick, gets a second job and thrives at it?
True.
After leaving, Denver was kind of a mess. I mean, Jay Cutler right away kicked Jay Cutler out of the building basically, and wasn't. A lot of people didn't like what he did, and it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he make the playoffs this first year?
He made it with Tebow.
But
that's when they won.
They beat the Pittsburgh.
Did they win? They won and to win like 6 straight or something.
They beat an overtime game. They beat Pittsburgh, and they got smoked the next week by the Patriots.
Yeah,
Tebow's got almost as many wins as Rodgers the last few years.
I think McDaniels maybe. Hopefully, he's matured over the last 3 or 4 years being.
Yeah, and you know
where
what?
He's been.
You know what?
Because I just always looked at him like he's just not. He's like the college coach that's been everywhere, who's now finally having some success. Kiffin. They're just kind of lightning rods, just kind of like all about themselves.
Like that Saban guy.
Yeah,
he struggled.
Yeah. Well, no, not Saban.
Oh yeah, no. Your look was like, huh?
What? Give me a hard time here.
Well,
Come
maybe
on, man.
Saban was that guy years and years ago. I don't know.
No, he's saying he's like a lightning rod, like Urban Meyer or these guys that it's all about them.
Yeah, McDaniels, though, I don't know. He's never really come off as a guy like crazy like that.
He was a little weird. I mean, when he did the stunt he did with the Colts, where he took the job.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, he probably like, screw this, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So McDaniel. Anything on McDaniel? Anybody else? McDaniel?
No, I mean it's
McDonald's.
I think it's going to work out pretty good.
It'll be interesting.
I like to see how Derek Carr develops underneath him a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I like to see what the offense brings with him. And
I thought Carr had a good end of the season.
He had a good season overall. He had a
playoff
solid
game and the game before. The game that they needed to win at the end of the season, he looked like a leader.
And
he really did.
They were, to be honest, they were a couple plays away from beating the Bengals.
Yeah, no,
right.
shit.
Now
we should be talking about them right now.
This is a weird. It's a game, and this NFL's changed from 20 years ago, where a team got in like the 49ers or Cowboys, like, well, one of them is going.
Yeah,
they're making it. It doesn't
the
matter.
Parity is kind of fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you get to see 3 or 4 or 5 teams make the playoffs, but you got 3 or 4 different ones. And last few years, the different ones have made it in. The Eagles, the Falcons have made it in. it's just different. Last year was probably the first time in a while that you saw two of the teams that you might have expected, besides maybe the Packers, they made it.
Yeah.
Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs wasn't like a stretch. It was like it's fun for fans as long. I mean, obviously you guys not fun. I mean, it sucks the Packers for you guys, but at least it's fun for
The
everybody
Super
else.
Bowl's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be yeah.
So
anybody, what else did I say? The guy from Brian Dabble, hired by the Giants. We'll see how that goes.
Where's he coming from?
The Buffalo.
But where is he before that?
He was Alabama. He was the offense coordinator there.
That's okay.
Yeah, he was there.
So he's got a pretty
It's
good
not
pedigree.
Dabo Sweeney, okay?
No, it's not Dabo Sweeney.
No.
Which he was with Alabama
That'd be
at one
good too,
point.
probably.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, he played there. He's a player.
But he was a coach for a little bit too.
And then you guys know more about Hackett. Obviously, he wasn't the play caller, but what do you think about him in Denver? I mean, right now he's got Bridgewater or Drew Lock, so that's his choice at this point. I mean, drafts, trades, but I think more of a draft or maybe a different quarterback. Maybe Russell Wilson goes to Denver. I don't know.
I don't think we really got to know Nathaniel Hackett that much because, I mean, it's been all about LaFleur, really. I mean, he's just kind of been in the background. I know Rodgers had a lot of respect for him, but we'll see.
Yeah, it could be a weird year if Rodgers does come back again for $88 million or whatever he's asking to stay there.
88. Nine times.
But he's lost his offensive coordinator and his quarterback's coach this year. So
Wow.
it's gonna be he's 39 years old.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You know, it's gonna be a big change for him too. And now he's talking to his brother. So I mean, he doesn't have his girlfriend. So there's a lot of changes
They're
going
not
on.
together
It's
anymore
like-
for sure.
I don't think so.
Do you think I
Who
pictured this? I
cares?
pictured
He's going to
this-
be with Paige
I
Spranek
pictured
or
this
something.
yesterday during the
gosh.
NFC Champion. I pictured this during the NFC Championship game when the Niners are winning. Now, if they would have won, I pictured this: Aaron Rodgers' head and Shailene Woodley, is her name?
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley's lap, and him crying profusely, going, "That could have been me."
She's stroking his hair.
She's stroking his
She's
hair.
braiding it as he's crying.
Braiding it.
Trimming his beard, you know.
That could have been me.
Aaron, just have another gummy.
And then Stafford once was like, "Oh, that's fine. I could have beat him anyway."
No, not Stafford. That guy's got my number.
Anyway, so the Super Bowl, we'll talk for a minute. We'll talk more next week. So you got the Bengals and the 49ers. The Bengals and the Rams. Matt Stafford ends up in his first Super Bowl, obviously. Two wins in the playoffs, his first two ever. He made the right decision, obviously, to go to LA. It worked out for him, kind of the Tom Brady.
Jeez, can you tell your parents to lock the dog up? The dog's barking upstairs.
The Tom Brady effect crafting in LA, maybe. Could it be the same thing for them? And you got Joe Burrow, the young, upcoming, shiny new thing, as Ed called him, in New England in Cincinnati with that young offense. So it's Sean McVay versus Zach.
What is his name?
What's
Nobody
Zach
knows.
Thomas?
Zach,
No.
what's his name?
Nobody knows. Somebody asked me
I can
today.
see
I had
him.
no idea.
Zach.
Zach
Yeah.
versus Sean. That's what we're gonna call it.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
McVay's old news. He's not even shiny anymore. Already 36.
Just real quick. I mean, the spread went from 3.5 to 4 pretty quick. So that means people are loading up on the Rams right away. We'll talk more next week. But if you had a right now gut, who do you like in the big game in 2 weeks?
I stick with my boy Matt Stafford. You know, former Lion. I was just reading a funny stat about him. So Matt Stafford picked up his 5th win versus teams that finished with 10+ wins this season, including the playoffs. That's as many as he had in his entire career, Lions career.
Wow.
How sad, huh? That poor guy.
And nobody knew he'd be this good on a good team, did they? Except the Rams.
Yeah. Well,
And thank God they were in Mexico and they ran across each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Who do you run across? Like Sean McVay?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm going to tamper here and you should come down here.
What was your stat you just said, Willie, again? So make sure I don't.
Yeah, he picked up his 5th win versus teams that finished with 10+ wins.
Jesus Christ. That's
Right?
insane.
It's
crazy.
Just how bad have the Lions been for a long time? I mean, and they had some decent teams there. you
Well,
know.
he made the playoffs twice with them, or
I think it was twice. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I'll change my tune next week. I want the Bengals to win, but I have a hunch that it's going to be the Rams, especially playing in their home field. I mean, it seems like everything's going their way.
I want the Bengals to win because I like Joe Burrow. That's it. I don't think it's going to happen. But I said that this week too.
Yeah, it's hard for me to root against.
I did pick the Bengals to win that game. So
you didn't pick them in the spread thing in the thing.
Did I miss it? I messed it up when I pressed it.
You must have picked
because I talked about it and I said
you got one right.
I got them both wrong.
You got one right. So maybe it was weird. I thought maybe
against the spread then?
Yeah, it must have been. I don't know.
Maybe they were close games. What did I have? I know I thought I picked the 49ers.
On the show I said I wanted the Bengals and the Niners.
I don't put it in.
I must have pressed it wrong.
That's what she said.
Because you were 0-2.
Could be.
No, but you shouldn't have got the Niners wrong.
No, I picked because I picked the Niners to cover the spread, and they did. 3.5, wasn't it?
Yeah, but for some reason you're 0-2. Unless I might have looked at it wrong. I don't know. Whatever.
Who knows?
Whatever. Anyway,
who cares?
So
I didn't have much on that game.
Only 10,000.
Yeah,
no big deal. Business owner.
Somebody said the other. Where did I hear this on one of the radio shows? Before the playoffs started, if you put it was like $1,000 on Cincinnati, you would have won. I think it was 15 grand or something just to get there.
They were 15-1.
I think it was 15-1. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that would make sense. Possibly, yeah. Since I had him winning 4 games in my thing to start the year.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the 49ers game right.
Yeah, that's one you got right. You got one. Yeah. I was made it look. I knew you got one. Maybe you got one right. I don't know.
Who knows? I know that's what I said.
There's some facts from the game that came out. Crazy facts, they said. One of the big ones is Mahomes was 39-4 in his career when leading by 14 or more points at any point in the game. Here's how the ranks down. He's 0-2 against Burrow now. So he's 39-2 against everybody else. So he's 0-2 against Burrow.
I saw
up
that.
by 14
That's
points.
a great stat.
Yep. Cooper Kupp broke Michael Irvin's record. 13 games this season with 100 yards or more, which breaks Irving's record of 12 games in a season. They count that, I guess, because of the playoffs. Sean McVay, a rare comeback. The Rams were 2-23 under Sean McVay in games where they trailed by 10 or more points in the second half. But both wins that they trailed by 10 were in the playoffs. The 2018 NFC Championship and the 2021 NFC Championship. Only 2 games he won trailing by 10.
Wow.
Good ones to win if you're going to win them.
Yeah,
right?
that's a guy. Packers need that guy just for the trade for him for 1 game a year.
Well, 2, maybe. I don't know anything else that's cool. Kelsey and Mahomes moved up the list. They now have connected for 11 playoff touchdowns. They are second behind who?
Edelman and Brady, or Gronk and Brady.
Gronk and Brady with 15, and Montana and Jerry Rice with 12. So those are 2. Also, what else do I have?
I got a couple.
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Joe Burrow becomes the second quarterback since 1950 to lead a game-winning drive in each of his first 2 career road playoff games. He joins one of your favorite players, Ed, who did it between 2013 and 2014.
Jay Cutler?
He played for the 49ers.
I don't even know.
His knees hurt all the time.
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
What else?
What's he doing now? Has anybody even heard?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him.
Has he got a Netflix channel or something by now?
Yeah.
He's on Spotify.
Got to be. Him and BLM bought that communist building up in Canada.
Got one more here for you. This is the first time this season the Rams have had 2 players with 100 yards receiving. Last time the Rams did that did it in the playoffs was in
Torrey
2004. And who were they?
Torrey Holt, Eisbruce.
Nope. Torrey Holt's right. One of them's right.
Torrey Holt and Antoine Randall L.
No.
No, his brother. That was one kid named Randall L.
No, it's Kevin Curtis.
Oh, Kevin Curtis. Yeah. Little like
yeah, I remember
Wes Welker type dude. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't have it in front of me, but is this for Burrow? Isn't it the first time that a guy that was drafted number 1 overall in his second season made the Super Bowl? Which I'm not going on a limb there.
Marino would be the first one.
He was drafted number 1 overall in his
second
not
number
season.
1. I thought you meant first round. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no,
number 1 overall. Because typically, if you're drafted
team.
number 1 overall, you are a crappy team, and that by the next year you're not.
Yeah, because they won 4 games last year, or 2.
Well, yeah, and he got hurt.
2 the year before because they got the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And last year was only like 4 or something, wasn't it?
4 or 8, 4 or 6 maybe. They
Somewhere
were like in the
between 4
mix
and
when he
6.
got hurt, I think.
Yeah, they were playing pretty good.
Decent.
Yeah,
not.
I'm
trying to think. Yeah, who would the number 1?
No, I think the stat is he's the only guy.
Oh, only
He's
guy.
the only
okay,
guy
yeah.
to be drafted number 1 overall, and then by his second season be in the Super
Well, him
Bowl.
and Jamarcus Russell.
And Trevor Lawrence next
Those
year.
LSU guys.
Never know. They haven't got a coach yet, for Christ's sake. Jesus.
They ain't got anything.
They're a mess,
They're
Jacksonville.
not going to be in the Super Bowl.
I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence because they're a mess. I mean, you don't even have.
He's been a mess.
Oh no, they were going to hire Brian Leftwich, and then they said no. It was like, what?
Why?
What are they doing? I mean, they're a mess.
That's that owner, that Khan.
Yeah,
Shot Khan.
Yeah, Shaka Khan.
Shot Khan.
Shaka Khan, let me own you. Shaka Khan, let me call you.
He's owning it, all right.
Shaka Khan, let me hire you.
Let me sign you.
He's like, let me. Hey Byron, can you DJ? No, well, get the fuck out of here. I need somebody when I sing.
Trevor Lawrence is just face palming again. How the fuck did
He's getting his hair petted by Shailene Woodley. Oh my God, we're gonna suck forever.
That's what she left Rodgers for. Trevor Lawrence. His hair is pretty though.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is gorgeous.
She's up there, says to Rogers or Trevor goes, "I'm divergent." He's like, "What? That's really cool."
That's good stuff. I got your where are they now for you guys. You guys all know this, but it's just fun.
Bradley's gone, so
we'll talk.
Me and Willie will forget.
Where is he now?
This is what they call a segue.
Oh,
Where'd Bradley go?
He'll turn up.
Well, I gotta wait.
Send my brother looking for him.
Oh,
too soon.
Anyway, so is he getting the beer? Or is he pooping? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do where are they now? Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, here we go.
Willie.
I just want to play that.
Willie. Willie.
So, if you know the answer, just wait till I get done so I can give you all the stats. This is going to be easy. I think it's easy. I didn't know this till this week, though, so maybe nobody else knows it. But I bet you've seen it now. So, this person was graduated from high school in California. He was drafted by the Montreal Expos as a 17-year-old, 18th round in the NFL draft. He was a really good catcher out of high school. He batted .331, 8 home runs, 11 doubles, 44 runs in high school, but he was an all-star catcher at the position defensively. But this fellow decided, well, you know what, I'm not going to go after baseball. I'm going to try my luck at football. This guy went to a school in the Big Ten, was drafted in 2000. He's been to more than one Super Bowl. He's played with 2 teams in his career. And that's all I got for you. I can't say much more with this guy because I'll give it away. I'll give you, if you guys, Willie knows it, right?
I know the answer.
Okay, so you want to see if they can guess it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you guys know it? Okay, I'll give you a hint. If he retires, he'll be the last Expo that still was drafted by them.
Last active
Expo, because he's considered an active Expo because he was drafted by them.
So he's drafted.
If he retires,
Tom Brady was not drafted in baseball, was
Tom
he?
Brady was drafted by the Montreal Expos.
Wow. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
I read up like this,
I knew he was a pretty good baseball player.
Because I'm thinking through all the baseball guys. I'm like, well, you said 2000. That was not Wilson.
I didn't want to say he went to Michigan and stuff because I would have gave it away.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was actually thinking
and he played for 2 teams. You don't think Patriots?
No, I was thinking a kicker.
But when
because I'm like, how old is 45 years old? You know,
he said quarterback.
I did. Oh, did I say quarterback?
Yeah, you said quarterback.
Oh, did I? Okay, so I should have said that, but I don't want to say. I don't want to say the name. I don't want to say his high school name because some people know he went to high school. But yeah, it's crazy. He was drafted, and obviously he decided to go play football, which worked out for him. Just like Patrick Mahomes,
he loved baseball.
Yeah, he liked it. He was all kids love baseball when they play.
Yeah, when you play.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I'm gonna give him the crazy but true that I sent you yesterday.
Yep, go ahead.
So crazy but true. In 2003, Sean McVay beat out Calvin Johnson for Georgia High School Player of the Year. Hard to believe, huh?
No,
it was a good quarterback.
He's quarterback, you know. And I don't think
he ended up being a slot receiver in college.
Yeah.
It's like when Tony Romo was the basketball player of the year for Wisconsin or whatever,
and golfer,
and I think he tied Karan Butler or whatever.
Oh yeah.
They were.
He won.
He
won.
It was a joint thing for.
What do they call it, Mr.
And
Basketball?
that was just for the county, I think, because that was Racine County.
I think it was a state thing too. I think they
It
were
could have been.
they were co-Mr. Basketballs.
Yeah,
balls.
And he was a better golfer than that, even.
That is that. Wrong button.
Yeah, they said he was a better golfer than a football player.
Yeah.
So yeah. Tom
There it is.
Brady was a baseball player. Are we ready?
Imagine if he would have played.
He probably would have won 7 World Series.
Probably
as a
would've.
catcher.
As a catcher,
Yeah, he would. Those Giants years where they didn't win, he would have been on the Giants.
Yeah, they would have won the odd years because
Buster Posey would have been on the bench.
Yeah.
I can't picture him as a catcher.
He's a big guy.
He was big and he was kind of he was. I mean,
he probably put his leg out.
Just like a stockier, like
the Manny Singh,
shorter and stockier,
like a Mike Piazza type.
But is Piazza that tall?
Yeah,
Piazza's a big guy.
Like 6'1".
Is he really? Okay.
Remember Maurer was a catcher. How tall was he?
Who?
Maurer.
Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Mauer was a tall dude too.
Yeah, he's tall.
Guy,
Okay.
yeah.
I think he was.
Well, Parent.
No, he was tall.
Was it Brad Parent or? He was huge. He was like 6'5".
Yeah,
6'6".
Parent. I don't know. Mark Parent.
Brad Parent. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, he was huge.
The Parent
too.
Trap.
I love
Bernie
that show.
Perron.
That's the one with Haley Mills.
Haley Mills.
And
then they redid
Haley
it with
Mills.
Then they really did it with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes. And Lindsay Lohan.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you drink. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
So this week's cocktail of the week is beer.
Eric,
hey,
is beer good?
Beer is definitely good, Scott. Thank you.
We almost stopped the show.
Is this you? Okay.
Eric that's not Eric. Pull his mask off.
Let him go.
Look, it's a Penn swimmer.
Anywho, so the beer of the week this week comes out of the San Diego area. I think this is probably the first time I've done a beer by AleSmith. AleSmith's been around for a long time, and they have done the base stout, Speedway Stout, for as long as I can remember. And now we're doing a lot of variants because variants, that's the thing these days. They have a lot of variants. Wow. So this variant is Speedway Stout. It's a big Russian Imperial Stout, and it's brewed with Madagascar vanilla and, I'm going to butcher this, but Ceylon Herba cinnamon.
Yeah.
So basically cinnamon.
So when he came in and he said, I got Speedway. I got Speedway. What is it called?
Speedway Stout by AleSmith.
I thought Speedway gas station had a beer.
Yeah, I
was like,
well,
that's going to be terrible.
I'm a quick trip guy.
The punchki one.
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible.
I'm a quick trip guy. So did you guys try it yet? I don't
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love these.
I've never had it, so here we go.
Well, if I did have COVID, this killed it. That's strong.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably.
What's the ABV on it?
It's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Ed's face.
Oh, it's all. I can't stand it.
It's good, actually.
I'm gonna drink it, but
it's good.
I don't like those beers.
I don't like.
I like
coffee.
them when they have like a hint of sweet. That I can't taste cinnamon at all. There, cinnamon in it.
See, I like the opposite. I don't like it when it's too much over the top.
Like the one you had earlier was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that one's a slightly over the top with the flavor.
Yeah, because flavor's terrible.
We got
sometimes it can be.
I like chewing. I love chewing my beer.
Yeah.
No, this
Madagascar
is good.
vanilla and Ceylon cinnamon, and I can't taste either one in here. And I'm chewing it.
I can taste it.
Can you?
I get
Really?
the vanilla.
Well, you know what? You must be getting COVID.
Can't taste. I can't smell it.
It's
I
subtle.
can't
It's
taste it either. No,
subtle,
I
which
can
is
smell
what I
it.
like.
When I got to my nose, I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
I like.
It's a good strong. There's some coffee. Yeah, obviously some good coffee.
After
in there.
3 or 4, they'd be fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you'd be
3 or 4.
you'd be napping.
You'd be pooping Willie's pants.
Let's go back to back, and let's keep rolling with the excitement of our segments. We're getting segments back.
Wow.
That we don't didn't have all the time.
Hopefully Willie's got one because I forgot what I was doing.
Here we go.
Everybody into the shower! Anybody in the shower in 10 seconds gonna get fined $100! Larry! 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi.
Well, guys, I actually helped out the soup kitchen last week, and the lines are getting longer each week. The economic downturn and the lingering pandemic have taken its toll on the people. It's extremely depressing. Why, just this week, I noticed a tall white girl with 7 midgets in line right behind Aunt Jemima, Famous Amos, and John Gruden. It's a sad world when evil executives in Hollywood give Snow White and all 7 dwarfs their walking papers. They now join a long list of people of color and disenfranchised folks who have been thrown out on the streets by these racists who discriminate against everyone based on their skin color and their cute little deformities. If you have not heard the earth-shattering news, in the new Disney remake, Snow White is being replaced by a Latina actress. Makes sense. Snow White, Latina, Snow White. Lips red as the rose, hair black as ebony, and skin blanco as caramel. And that's not even the biggest change these woke psychopaths came up with as they were butchering this classic tale. Disney also consulted with the dwarf community, mainly that little angry elf, Peter Dinklage. He somehow thinks that the fictional characters from the 1812 story misrepresent little people today. Although he has no problem getting paid to play one on TV, which he has in multiple roles. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it's
So
from.
his wallet thickness is inversely proportional to his outrage. Anyways, Disney followed his advice and is going to replace all 7 dwarfs with 7 CGI creatures now. Because they could be offensive. These new creatures are all stupid woke takes on the dwarfs millions of children have grown to love. So I'm going to give you an example of all the dwarfs now, and they're changing them to. Dopey is now going to be a creature named Ronald Grump, who has an orange head and carries a Russian-made golf club. Bashful, he's a socially isolated gamer who lives in Snow White's basement. Sneezy, obviously he's an unvaccinated Republican married to his sister. Grumpy, he's an angry school board parent that screams out Bible verses throughout the whole thing. Doc, simple, and again, it's Fauci. That's his name. It's weird. He's the richest creature. He actually works for the evil queen and helped her develop the poison used to kill Snow White. Happy, he's a social media influencer, spends most days teaching other creatures how to do TikTok dances. Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. And Sleepy, he's just a stone skater. That's it. Pretty simple, but it's cool. But those aren't the only changes. The songs have all been changed as well. The most memorable song, Whistle While You Work, was replaced by this music now. And all the creatures now work for Snow White's landscaping company, and she pays them in cash. And how about when the evil queen talks to her magic mirror? I love that music. The hat dance.
Makes me, not to be funny, but like when I go to a Mexican restaurant, you hear that, and you're like, oh, I think it's a chips and salsa when I hear that song.
Yeah,
like,
give me some more.
Funny.
Yeah, bring some.
When you hear the Godfather theme, if you think you're going to an Italian restaurant, that's fine with me. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I asked for more queso at that point.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
How about when that evil queen talks to her magic mirror? She now says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is not the fairest, but also not the darkest one of all?" She's more like a burnt umber, maybe a latte. I think I'm going to need one of those boxes of Crayola skin tone colored crayons. Remember when the evil queen gave Snow White that poisonous apple? Well, there's no apples in Latin America, so they changed it to a poisonous banana. So now it's kind of weird when she keeps trying to push that banana on Snow White to put it in her mouth. Kind of freaky. But since this was made in Hollywood, the whole story ends when her one true love, the prince, makes out with her dead body in the casket. And since it's a Disney production, there was no consent needed. The end. Directed by Harvey Weinstein.
Wow. That was good, Ed. That was good. That was one of my favorite ones.
How many hours were you on the toilet writing that one?
About a half an hour I wrote that thing.
Ed's toes cramped up. He fell off the toilet laying there.
I got to give writing credit to my wife.
Amber, wipe me. I'm going to keep writing.
My thumbs are going.
Amber's like,
I'll have to go again in a little bit anyway. I'm just going to
this.
stay in here.
So let's... I don't. No way to follow it up. There's no way.
How can you?
That's how I followed up.
Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. We're gonna get that the entire football.
Maybe I
season.
should have used that instead of music. We're gonna get banned by Spotify now.
You never know. It always happens.
We'd get some street cred if we got Spotify.
You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers. And our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com.
Man, you think if we
did we do that? Yes. We did greatest playoff performances?
I thought we were gonna do greatest playoff comebacks.
Oh, comebacks,
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You know what? If we did get de-Spotify, do you think all these Russian guys would be writing into us right now?
It's kind of weird. I think we're part of the mob or something now in Russia.
Oh, great. Now that we're going to be connected to the Ukraine overthrow.
Yeah.
We're just the start of it. We're the seed.
We got Putin.
I wonder if
Putin in the basement bench.
I wonder if Bepa Yeronia Bubba is Hunter Biden's code name.
Yeah. Well, he's all stoned and he's just writing in shit to us.
Well, that's probably 16-year-old girlfriend, right?
Thought there was going to be more hookers.
Anyway,
on here.
let's move on. Anyway, we'll talk about Ben Roethlisberger retired this past week. One of the greatest to play the game. Just the way he played the game was different than most quarterbacks. He looked like the high school kid playing with the middle school kids in the schoolyard, with guys hanging off him as he's throwing passes down the field. That's what he looked like. He took hits. He got beat up. Obviously, he had his legal problems that should be mentioned when this happens because it was part of his career and it wasn't great. But he did have a great NFL career. Hats off to Ben Roethlisberger and his 2 Super Bowl championships.
Mhm.
Correct? Yeah,
It's better than one.
he actually had the lowest rating in a Super Bowl, I think, ever as a quarterback against the Seattle Seahawks. And then he threw the pass to Antonio Holmes, and nobody remember that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he won both, so it don't matter.
He was a different. I mean, we talked about like Brady the other day about how he became sort of a different player. Roethlisberger was the same because he was game manager. Those defenses were so good.
Yep.
You know, wasn't he 15-1 his rookie season?
Yeah.
And then the next year, actually, they went. I think the second year is when they went to the Super Bowl.
But you remember that Super Bowl against Seattle? Do you remember the?
It was a terrible game. I
remember the terrible no pass interference called?
Yeah.
They didn't give the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And
it was the tight end Jeremy.
Shockey. No, Shockey.
No, not Shockey. It was Jeremy something.
Who was? You were. It
He was
a tight
dating
end.
some famous actress. I remember that.
Well, and he got yanked down basically, and then it called nothing. Would have been ball first and goal.
Yep.
Them center field goal. And that game wasn't like a 16-9 game
It was
or 16-6. It was a weird score.
It was a tough. It was
and
a
Hines
tough
orgasm.
Hines Ward threw the only touchdown on the game, I think.
Yep.
Hines
You're
Ward threw a touchdown pass.
I remember that.
Well, I don't know. I should say maybe.
No, he did. I think
maybe
he did.
Seahawks scored. That was Hassel back then too.
Yeah,
and
it was
Holmgren,
Hasselbeck. Yep.
right?
Yeah, it was Holmgren.
Yeah, and was that Sean Alexander too?
Could have been. I'm sure it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
So, but still,
but then he became a different quarterback,
Yeah.
and then the next time he's in the Super Bowl, he's lighting it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then he became a
Then he was
a legit quarterback. And then he had all those great years with Antonio Brown, and
the only thing, it was a loaded AFC, and he had to face Manning or Brady every year in the playoffs.
but to still get 2 Super Bowls,
or the Baltimore defense, he had to face.
Yep. But
That
to
was
still get 2 Super Bowls,
Yeah,
it was
I give him
pretty
credit.
amazing.
2 Super Bowls, and they were the Packers. I said it, they're the Packers of the AFC. They're always involved. Always, they're always in the playoffs. They're
Yeah.
always there.
I mean,
because Roethlisberger.
They've been in the playoffs for how many years?
Yeah. And Mike Tomlin never had a losing season.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan,
actually,
but
there's been times where
respect
they
him a
didn't make
ton.
the playoffs, but he still had winning seasons.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't make the playoffs, I think, last.
Yeah, last year they make it, but they were
did not.
8-8, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not a losing season.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also with no Roethlisberger last year.
That's going to be.
So that's even bigger.
It's curious to see what's going to happen with that franchise at the quarterback position going forward.
Yeah, I mean, is it a trade? Is it someone they want to trade for? Is that how Steelers work? I mean, the Steelers haven't been in a situation for years. I mean, you don't know how they work. I mean,
Gardner Minshew.
I mean, you got guys that are available, but do they want to trade capital? Do they want to do that?
Mhm.
Is their draft pick going to be good enough for a quarterback? And there's quarterbacks, a couple out there, but they're going to be gone probably by then. They're going to, I mean,
Yeah.
unless one falls to them, because I know the rumor was they want to get that Pickett from Pitt. See him Pitt? The kid from Pitt is who they've liked.
I know, it's not Pickett. Pickett's the other guy.
Kenny Pickett.
Is it? Is he
he
from
Pitt?
Pitt?
Pitt, yeah.
And the other quarterback that's supposed to be pretty good is the kid that got hurt in the bowl game.
Oh, the kid from Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah. He's supposed to be solid too. I mean,
That's where Lane Kiffin is.
well, yeah. So Roethlisberger and the other guy we're going to talk about that we don't know at the Rays are sitting right here right now is Tom Brady. Reports come out this weekend he's going to retire. Then they wasn't reported, whatever, blah blah blah. We know Brady. We talked about it before. I mean, do you think he's done? Do you think he's going to retire?
I think we should respect his privacy. He's the GOAT.
Speculation.
I have a feeling he's done. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm sure there's been some discussion somewhere about him being done. He just wants to do it on. He wants to actually retire on his own terms. You know, whatever he's waiting for. I think he's done.
Well, do you think? I'm sorry, Willie. Go ahead.
I saw a meme where it was Giselle texting, "I quit. I'm done. Don't call me." on his phone and sent it to whomever.
That's pretty good.
The thing I look at is this: would he, if he retires, if he does retire, next season, he will probably end up leaving the game with one of the best seasons ever as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think quarterbacks that stay around too long. You had like go way back to Unitas, and you go back to who played for San Diego in his career and was
Dan Fouts.
Fouts?
No,
No.
not Fouts. It was somebody else that went there. But anyway,
Unitas played for San Diego.
Unitas. Okay,
yeah.
you know the Unitas. How about like a quarterback? I like Montana.
Montana finished it.
He looked okay. He did make the playoffs in KC, but he did have numbers like Brady.
Favre, the same thing.
Favre's
But
last season though. Again, was injury riddled.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing. It's right. You're right. Didn't go. So
Manning.
you can go out.
Marino's last playoff game, he lost 63-6,
and he looked every bit of his age in that game.
When Elway, I mean, he won.
Elway won. And he had a good
went
year,
out a
but
winner.
He went out a winner, and he had a good
and
year.
it helped having a good team. Same thing with Peyton.
But
Peyton had a good team.
But
behind
Peyton
him.
won that last Super Bowl. He didn't go out with a good number. I'm talking about the season he had. He's going to be the runner-up. He's probably going to be the runner-up to MVP, if not MVP. Most likely runner-up. So he's going to be a runner-up MVP, throw for 5,000 yards, over 40 touchdowns, and going to retire. Which could you say? That's why it's hard.
Garoppolo couldn't do it in 2 years.
Why not though? Why not go out like that?
That's why it's hard, because I know he's sitting. Think about this, okay? Think about this. If it's you, think about you're sitting here going, "Okay, I'm in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can go back out there and play. I just threw for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. It's not like I went out there and laid an egg. I could have maybe made a player or two that might have helped us win, but I wasn't the reason we really lost. I was maybe part of the last game. Everybody struggled a little bit at times, but they almost had a chance to win. So it wasn't like he looked terrible in the game. I mean, so you sit there and go, man, but you go, yeah, you know what? This is my legacy. I can go out with seven. All these
that's what I
records
was just going to say.
Oh, sorry. You know,
want to play footsies? I was
We're
just going to
there.
say all the reasons you said that you struggle with him being done. I think are the reasons that he should be done, because nobody else gets to do it that way. You said he's healthy. I get to leave the NFL healthy. No major injuries.
Get on TV, maybe.
Nothing like that. I mean, he spent 22 years. That's half of his life. He's 44, right? Half of his life in the NFL.
Maybe he's gonna go back to baseball now.
Yeah, he still has the contract with the Expos. Are they still
Well,
around?
Nationals would take him over, right?
Right, yeah.
No, if it's Tom Brady, he's going to restart the Expos. God damn it. And they're going to win multiple World Series. It's Tom Brady.
And Larry Walker and Andres Galarraga, they're all coming back. Every Alou that's ever been born. Every Alou ever.
Before I forgot a special guest tonight. He's coming on a little bit. Steve Carell tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome.
Steve Carell.
Awesome.
Steve Carell.
I want to talk to him about that lamp.
Yeah, he likes lamp, I heard.
He
loves lamp.
Loves lamp.
He'll be on in a few minutes. He just texted me. He's busy right now.
Cool. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Finish up.
Well,
He's shooting a new movie. He's finishing up a scene. He'll get us called.
I don't know. Mandy just said no, so I don't think she likes Steve Carell.
I think that's about Tom Brady.
Oh, it's about Tom Brady.
One more
retiring.
ring. What? He's not. If he comes back, he's not coming back for the Buccaneers.
Why not?
He's going somewhere else.
No, he'll go to the Buccaneers. They've made his life awesome.
Yeah.
He wants to throw one more trophy across the bay.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
San Francisco Bay.
I did read stuff today. They're going to bring a lot of guys back next year, so they're not like in bus trouble. I mean, Godwin won't be back just because he's injured. Even if they sign him, he's injured. But they got most of those guys coming back, and Gronk probably would come back if he came back. Maybe Gronk was.
He says he hasn't ruled it out yet.
But Gronk's kind of a guy that he looked fine this year, but you can tell he's kind of getting beat down. He doesn't look as he catches a ball, he starts running, and people catch like he was not the fast guy, but he would get away from guys and throw guys off. He catches the ball, he's getting 10 yards after maybe the catch if he's the best, so he's he's beat up. That dude's
those busted up ribs are hard to come back from. Hard to breathe and miss. Some of the worst injuries I think you can get.
You broken ribs?
Yeah,
me too.
His quote
hard
was
to breathe.
His quote was if you had to force me right now to make a decision, I'm retiring. That's what Gronk said. So he's obviously going to take some time, and I think he's tied in with Brady. If Brady's done, he's done.
I agree. So you guys think he's done?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards it.
Willie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's like, what I need an eighth. I need to go through a whole season to get an eighth.
Yeah, but
what am I going to get for this? No one's ever going to get me. No one's ever going to touch me.
Yeah,
I think it's family.
Yeah, you could say the same thing about Bezos. What do I need another billion for? But those guys are still out there getting more billions.
Because he doesn't have to do
but
nothing.
you don't got to hit by nobody when you're selling.
Right.
Maybe
you don't have Dominic Sue chasing around and trying to punch you in the face.
No, he's got Tony Gonzalez. You took my girl, bitch.
Yeah, well, that's his girl.
That's Tony. Yep, they still hang out though. They all three of them.
Oh, that's cool.
They were on a boat the other day hanging out.
Tony can get where he wants. Good for Bezos.
And Bezos, that's
career.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
he had to be a billionaire to get that.
She's so material and all that. You can just tell that with that woman. I mean, but whatever.
She's like, she looks at him, his bald head. Yeah, okay.
She's like, oh, you've got a spaceship. Okay, now we're talking.
Well, I know you don't have a spaceship down there, but
so
it's a dinghy.
What?
I didn't know spaceship had a dinghy.
What do you think, Scott? Is Brady done?
Man, I don't know. Like I just said, it's tough to sit there. It's like when I played softball. It was like, I don't want to. I did pretty good last year. I'm gonna play again. I did pretty good. But finally, it's like, yeah, I can't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do that. I just can't. I don't want to.
Is that why you kept playing? Because you were doing good. No, you told yourself
because I was out there.
Yeah,
I can't believe we just compared Scott's softball career to Tom Brady's football career.
And there's Gronk over there.
No,
the goat.
The goat. No, and it wasn't that, but I was on teams that were good too.
Yeah,
we had fun, but it was fun. We had a good time. So maybe the locker room was awesome in Tampa Bay. That's part. Go back. I'm not saying I was decent, but it was like we had fun. We had a good time. We had a good team. We had a great time playing games. We would play a couple tournaments. We had a good time. And you never know. But then the flip side is that he's got lots of money and he can do what the hell he wants. And he's got kids now. Got to be in the sport age, and
before he knows that they're going to be out of the house. Too,
yeah, so and that's the thing, and no matter
he's
what,
got to hang out with a horse.
No matter how cool you think, he's still got a wife, and it doesn't matter who it is. His wife's probably going to him too. Come on, you got to be home sometime.
Start a garden, and let's sit down and watch.
If you want to do some
Bluebirds.
TV on weekends, go ahead. If you want to do some,
he's going to have to reintroduce himself. Hi, I'm Tom. What's your name? Giselle.
but if
just
you
grow some avocados.
But the thing is, this cracks me up.
He's gonna get fat. Now, I bet he's gonna eat he's gonna eat burgers like you wouldn't believe.
Romo quit, and he had to because his body was beat up, and he's doing a good job on TV. But he's looking at Brady. He probably won't be on TV because I look at it this way.
I don't think so.
If he does TV, he's doing the same thing.
He'll ride off into the sunset.
He's going to be on every weekend. It's the same concept as playing. It's not no different. You're not
he's going to get the Brady Cruiser.
Although Brady doesn't have to.
His turkey will have 21.
TV, you don't got to dedicate yourself 12 hours a day to football either. You can during the week you do what you want. You can do.
He would though.
But these guys are
Brady.
He'd be like Rome. He watched film probably until the end of the day. He'd know everything when he walked in the meetings.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
What's going to fill that gap, that void for him? The fact
that's
that
that's what I'm saying.
Major competitor. What's going to be his thing?
Golf,
celebrity golf tour.
Remember he hit that. Whose house
golfer.
did he hit? Jim Nance's house.
Jim Nance.
Yeah, that was awesome. him and Peyton.
They were trying to.
Peyton's
put it on the roof.
That was awesome. Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. I you know what? I like Tom Brady. It'd be cool to see him play more. But I really think he should retire, and I think he will. Yeah. I think he's done. I just think it's time. He probably wishes he could have won a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl. I'm sure, or even get the NFC Championship, or even get to a game. It didn't work out. It is what it is. But it's almost like he can sit back. Man, I wish I would have won. But he, like you said, Willie, I as he looks over and looks at 7 rings and goes, "Yeah, I've won a few. I'm okay." And I probably 6 of those I probably won. Maybe the first one was more of a team collaboration because he came in and. Maybe a second, but at least 5. He's been a huge part of them winning 5 of them, and especially Tampa. I mean, that team was garbage a year before 8 games. He goes there, same basic team. Huh. Wow, they won a Super Bowl. So
how many interceptions did
he was the missing piece there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 30 picks, 30 picks. Jameson Winston, yeah. So
I think what do most of these guys say when they get older and they do retire? They think they're focused in on the work in the off season.
That's
and the mental part of it. You just said physically he's great, but maybe he's like, you know what? I don't know if I could.
But that's part of that.
I don't know if I could gear up for
and
this.
You know what?
Again.
You said good point. I didn't think of that way. You look at his wife. It's not maybe the season part. It's like you're at the gym.
Yeah.
You're going to be gone.
Take a couple weeks off. Maybe
he probably sits. I could guess this. I'm going to guess this about him. He's probably not like. And I bet 90% of quarterbacks don't do that. Quarterbacks, they do it when they get in the film. I guarantee that dude watches film year round.
Oh, sure.
On teams. He starts sitting down watching all the Carolina film, all the New Orleans Saints film, because I know I'm playing them twice. Oh, the schedule came out. We play them. I'm going to watch their throw it on and watch it. Just casually watch it. Not, but this dude's probably, and hey, Giselle's like, hey, little Tommy's got a baseball game. I'm watching film. You know, that you're right. The offseason is NFL. They get, trust me, the money they make is way too much, but they do work year round. It's not like a 3-month job. It is for these guys. They weight lift and they train and do all this all year round. And the biggest thing and Ed'll disagree probably, but 90% at least stays out of trouble. 95. So you also stay out of trouble. Yeah. You also got to be clean in this game. You can't nowadays. You get caught on social media or anything, you're done, or you're in trouble, or you're the biggest moron in the world.
You know what? I just came to a
Brady
real.
doesn't do stuff like that. So
I just came to footballs at cheater.
Yeah. And I just came to a realization now for the first time ever. He really is the GOAT, because anybody that could live in a house with her and study film. Oh my God. I mean, I would be the worst quarterback in the world if I was married to her.
I don't think it's because of her.
Well, anywho. Well, you've seen me throw it at least 15 yards.
Relax, Dan Humphries. Although he went to a Super Bowl, so
yes,
he'll take that.
Yes. Jeez.
What did she write?
Mandy's complaining about something with
He's
Romo bad mouthing
him. What he's
said about during one game about him being slow and not. Oh, it was a joke though. That was funny.
Yeah, Romo's pretty funny.
It was a TikTok. He you ever see that? Mandy sent it to me. I'll show you guys after. It was a TikTok where Brady goes on and goes and says, "Oh, Tony, you're telling him, well, you're saying I'm slow about. Well, check this out." And it's him running for like 10 yards in the game, and everybody, and he says something. Tom Brady has become actually what he's done. He's loosened up in his 40s too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's become funnier. He does this. You said, you told me about the Gronk, and I haven't watched it yet. Gronk and Tom. No, Mandy said,
yeah.
My sister told me it's called Tommy and Gronk. It's a little like thing they do online. It's a little like thing, and I guess it's hilarious.
Sounds cute.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Spotify doesn't bother them, you know.
But yeah, so you know it's you know what we were lucky enough, and
yeah,
I say he's the GOAT. We all say that, but we were lucky enough to see. And I'm going to say this: we lucky to see Michael Jordan and Tom Brady play the sports. We were lucky enough to see these two dudes play sports. We really were. And
Barry Bonds,
a guy like Barry Bonds. We'll get in that in a minute.
Tiger Woods,
Tiger Woods. We've seen great. We were lucky in our generation to see these guys play. Mm-hmm. And you, no matter if you think Tom Brady is the best or not, he's still one of the greatest.
Well, this is like
Michael Jordan,
titles.
One of the greatest.
Titles are there,
and these are guys that willed the other guys. Like I told them the Sean McGlory story last week. And football teams are hard to will to win because it's not 5 guys like basketball.
Mm.
These guys willed other guys to win, and like Tiger, he was just Tiger.
Well, just think, Willie got to see Babe Ruth, Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, well, how does this compare?
Cy Young,
Hercules. Even.
I'll tell you what,
Go ahead.
That Socrates is something else. Too,
Jesus Christ!
On Jeopardy, Socrates and Jeopardy was crazy.
Socrates,
you never seen someone build a wall. You see Jesus Christ build a wall.
Noah.
One thing I can say about Brady, don't you wish you liked him earlier?
I've always liked Brady.
I always liked Brady.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that hate it.
Did you love him from
him.
the start being a Michigan guy?
I've always liked him.
It was easier like him in
people
the
out
AFC,
there.
though. It was like he was in the AFC. Okay, whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a hater most of my.
It wasn't like Rex Grossman. He's taking my team's Super Bowl chances.
It's jealousy.
Right.
It's Tom Brady's in the AFC. Good for him.
Actually, I think I liked Brady when it first started because he was that guy. He came in and they won 9 straight that year.
He's like Mahomes is becoming.
Yeah,
people don't like Mahomes all of a sudden.
I still like
him.
I like Mahomes. I like Mahomes
because his wife and his brother. Right. His wife don't buy. I think his wife's hilarious. Good for her.
But I think by the time Brady won his
she
third,
ain't a pussy. She don't care. You gonna talk shit about people? I'm gonna say so. She ain't gonna be.
Well, she pissed off a lot of people this
week.
His
wife.
Oh, his wife. Okay.
His wife comes all the time when she said because she's. You know what? We're all about free speech. And then when people say stuff, we're mad about it.
Yeah.
Let her say what she wants. I don't care. Who cares?
Yeah.
If she.
No, I'm mad because certain people get away with it.
Yeah.
And others don't for saying.
I think her biggest problem. Mandy said Willie saw the Rockford Peach and the Kenosha Comets play.
That was a good game.
You saw my scorecard?
Madonna was on that team.
Madonna, yeah.
The Madonna.
Zeus.
The Madonna. Did you? I think it might be a good time to talk about our Ukrainian sponsors. Eastern Bloc petrol. They're getting 6 liters now for every Hivernia.
Oh my gosh.
So shop at Eastern Bloc petrol. I don't know what's going on up there.
That segment was brought to you by Eastern Bloc Petro.
So,
wow.
I don't know. Well, I was just gonna say something too. We talked about Osberger. We talked about Brady. We'll probably have more about Brady next week if he does retire. Or does it? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. What do you got? Jokes? Anything?
Snake. We have this. Are we doing that?
Oh, our snake draft. Yeah.
What was
Let's do
the snake draft?
What snake draft are we doing here?
Greatest.
No, it's the
greatest-
upsets.
Greatest upsets.
Upsets,
Yes.
yeah.
Of what?
Upsets.
NFL?
Yeah. Playoff upsets. Greatest playoff upsets in the ever. So
I'm doing these all from memory.
So let's. Willie, you got some already, or does Eric? Or who?
I have one. I can. I think. I mean, who wants to start? I can start. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
I mean, this one, it just on paper is the biggest upset. I believe it was a 14-point. The Jacksonville Jaguars were in 1996 were a 14-point underdog, and they beat the Denver Broncos with Elway. And this was the Broncos were really, really good. When the Broncos played the Packers in the Super Bowl, they weren't as good as this team was, and they got knocked off by Jacksonville. I think it was only in their second or third year as a franchise. So that's my biggest.
Ed?
Let's see. I'm kind of looking yet.
How about I got one
off the top of my head.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean that Packers Giants loss a few years ago.
The Giants going in Lambeau.
Yeah,
that
was a pretty big one. I'll take that one.
I'll take. I'm going to do the Seahawks beating the Saints.
Oh, you stole my dog.
When the Saints had to go on the road.
That was the beast mode
When
game.
the Saints had to go on the road to a team under 500 because
7-9.
they had won their division and the Saints didn't, and they got beat. Which the Saints play in New Orleans, they win that game. It's just Drew Brees had bad luck his whole career in certain situations. It was a bad situation, and they lost fair and square. But that was the beast quake.
That was the beast quake.
Yeah. Well, Willie.
How about the 2008 Cardinals Panthers game?
Yeah.
Cardinals 33, Panthers 13. I'm trying to think what the whole back part of that. Jake Delhomme, he was on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like favored.
And who'd they beat?
The Cardinals beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Cardinals, I think, didn't they won a big game? They beat the Falcons the week before or something too. They were that Cardinals team was garbage.
Wasn't that the team that went to the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
With Warner?
08.
Yeah,
would have had
that. Was the wild card was the Packers. And they went on, and the championship game was against the Panthers, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the San Antonio Holmes catch.
No, this is the year with the Falcons. So it had to be the year before. They beat the Falcons, who were
Falcons. Who on the? Oh, they had Jamal Anderson in them.
Yeah,
that was the Chris Chandler.
And then they beat
team
Carolina.
Oh, that was a little bit.
Yeah,
okay, that was a little bit
team,
before.
The Dirty Bird team.
Yep.
Yep. Okay,
Warner and Fitzgerald on that team. That's how.
That's the team that. Yeah, that's.
This is had to be the year before.
Yeah, it's the team won the Super Bowl. Same team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Willie, you got two.
Holy crap, dude! It's a lot of pressure here.
That was yours. You just took one, so pick.
I know.
One.
I'm taking another one.
Jesus, you got one out of the way. Hurry.
All right, yeah. I'll go with the 2007 Chargers 28, Colts 24. Chargers shouldn't even made this trip.
What year?
2007.
Okay.
2007. LaDainian was on the sideline. Rivers was he? Yeah, he was hurt too in that game, but they won. So,
mine. I'm gonna set the scene for you. Okay. January 20th. In 1991, the NFC Championship game, Candlestick Park. The 49ers, best team in the NFL. The Giants come in.
Oh, yeah.
15-13.
Yeah.
That was the game I believe Joe Montana hurt his elbow, too. He got snapped at the end. He got sacked in the game, got his arm cut behind him.
And
almost like a Drew Brees.
What year was this?
That was the Norwood
91.
Then that was the Norwood year, right?
The
Giants beat the Bills in the Super Bowl.
Yes, it would have been. Yeah. Yep.
20-19.
And they kicked a field goal at the end, and it was Matt Barr, I believe, was field goal kicker back then for the Giants.
Okay, but Norwood missed
the field goal. I think that was 91. Yep, 91. Yep, that was the Buffalo Bills.
Yep. Somebody's saying, ask Willie about the Water Street Pavilion broom brawl.
Oh yeah, Pat, oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Pat Horgan.
Friend of the show.
Wow,
he sounds funny. He's a whore.
Again.
Horgan.
His dad was a judge in Genesee County.
Oh, great. We're all going. We're going to get first removed from Spotify. Now we're going to jail.
Right, Pat?
How many DWIs got this guy?
He's surviving just on Willie's.
We used to go to Churchill's and close the bar, go play broom ball at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Have all the cops.
So is Pat? Can we call him Pat or Patrick? Is he what we call
Pat Horgan.
Is he your age?
Yeah,
because he looks way younger.
Yeah. Holy cow!
You look good, Pat, in your Facebook picture. Way better than Willie. No
Yeah.
offense. No offense. No offense. Willie's right here. No offense.
No,
Willie.
Willie needs to be airbrushed right here.
We usually have someone on site.
With sawdust. With sawdust. Wet sawdust.
Well, he's usually the makeup artist from the funeral home. Same person. It doesn't matter.
The guy that did Frank's makeup on Sunny in Philadelphia. Come here, Frank.
I've seen that one. That's funny.
Don't touch the kids.
Ed, you got your
87. Another Montana one. They were heavily favored against the Vikings, and they lost 36-24. And that was 1 year after they got blown out by the Giants. It was so 86 they got blown out by the Giants. 87 they were 13-2, and they got beat by the 8-7 Vikings.
Nice.
At home, obviously. And Minnesota beat the Saints, who were like 12-3 the week before. I don't know why they only had 15 games that year.
What year?
87. Was there a strike?
Strike.
Was that one of those?
Yeah.
Because there were 3
scabs. That was a scab.
87, and they stopped. They didn't play one game. They brought scabs, and they finished here. Sean Payton was the Bears quarterback.
Yeah, because I was just looking at that.
For a minute. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's right. He was a scab.
Yeah, he was. Well, they got to make money, man.
One of my the guy that actually hired, I was working for Enterprise. The guy that hired me when I worked in Arizona, he was a scab. He was the scab quarterback for the Redskins. I can't even remember his name. It was like Gottschalk or something like that. But he played.
Sounds like a scab.
He ended up playing one game for the Redskins as a scab quarterback.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
Montana threw 4 picks in that game. Was replaced by Steve Young. And then they come back and won the next 2 Super Bowls. And then the other game he just talked about, then where they got beat again, where they should have been in like 6 or 7 straight.
Well, it's hard to do, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's a grind.
That's Patrick Mahomes.
But back then it was easier because you were dominant. You were dominant.
Parity now.
Yeah, now parity. It's harder now. You can get every game's close. Doesn't matter. You had 6 legit games. The last 6 games we watched in the playoffs were probably maybe the best 6 games I've seen. They'd be in your top 50 games you've ever seen. Probably the last 6 games you've seen. Seriously,
all walk off.
They were all pretty much. They were pretty much except for the last game was slow. Yeah, but still, it was a game that there was a drive coming. You could get only a field goal is all you needed. So it wasn't like, oh my god, it was unrealistic. And
the Rams hadn't stopped the 49ers on the last drive in last 6 games.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of crazy things happened. Speaking of crazy things happening, 2005, the 6th seed, the Pittsburgh Steelers, knocked off the number 1 seed Colts, and they almost didn't. They actually had a 21-3 lead, like a lot what we saw this weekend, and the Colts came back. Peyton Manning did what he usually does, brought them back, but then they missed a field goal at the end. And this is the year that the Steelers ended up winning the Super Bowl as the 6th seed, and Bettis kind of rode off into the sunset into retirement. A big upset. It was, I think it was a 12-point spread.
Who they play again?
Steelers Colts.
Oh, the Colts. Yeah, that was that. Yeah. That was that game.
Crazy game.
That
a lot of fumbles and
was
shit.
Was it the game Van Jett missed a field goal?
Yeah, at the end.
And that was the game that he fumbled and they were running it back.
Yes.
And he tripped the dude.
Roethlisberger had the tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened, it was 21-3 in the first half Steelers, and then it was just a bunch of, like, the Steelers were trying to give it away. I mean, there was fumbles, there was interceptions, it was a mess. And Peyton Manning started marching down the field, scored a couple of touchdowns. But yeah, that's the idiot kicker. Remember?
The idiot kicker. Drunk
idiot kicker. Yep.
Because he ran his mouth all the time, too.
Oh, God. He hated Vanderjack.
Dude could kick, though, when he was
on. He could, yeah. But he was always, it's like in the big moments, he
was like the guy from Replacements. He was wiry.
He was wiry.
He was wiry.
Oh, wiry.
You get 2? Take 2? You get 2?
Yeah. Did I start?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
To me, what just happened the weekend before, I mean, I think that I'm a Packer fan, obviously. I know the special teams were the issue, but I just felt like the Packers were the dominant team, and they should have, and I know it was only like a 5.5-point spread, but
you're right.
They should have kicked the 49ers ass, really. And they lost.
Well, you got to take some solace that the 49ers they played the same game against the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kept
And
it
they
close,
almost-
played
yeah, almost
defensively,
won.
and
Yeah.
it was the other way around. Just the Rams made one more play that that they did. That's all it was. It was the 49ers were, like I said, I'm a big Kyle Shanahan fan.
And it's like
good
they were a
coach.
more complete team. You know, when
You're right,
you
you're
put the
right.
special teams, defense, and offense all together.
You put Debo on special teams, offense, and defense.
Well, we talked about watching that game yesterday. We talked about that.
You had Ramsey.
Debo
was playing.
Debo Samuel all playoffs. Yeah.
Ramsey was playing special teams.
was playing special teams.
The Packers have jabronis. I mean, playing seriously.
We don't have to get racist.
No, well,
Is that racist? Jabroni?
Like
I don't
said,
know.
like Cooper Kupp is returning punt. All playoffs, maybe longer, maybe it does.
Mhm.
But like I said, the biggest standout for me with the Packers last week, we talked about, and you guys, I think you agree with me here. Why isn't Randall Cobb returning punts? I've said this to every Packer fan I brought up. They've all said, yeah, I don't get it.
Not that Rodgers did anything wrong.
Well,
but Cobb could have had more impact.
No, and the thing is, Rodgers did nothing wrong. Jaquiz Rodgers did nothing wrong in that. Wait,
Amari
Rodgers. Jaquiz is another Rodgers.
He used to play. Well, he played for the Falcons. That's right.
So Amari Rodgers did nothing wrong. But leading up to that game, he did a lot wrong in the season.
Yeah.
Bobbling punts. He fumbled one against the Bears. So there's a lot of stuff that went wrong with him. I'm putting my best 11 guys in the field at all times. If someone gets hurt playing special teams in the playoffs, so be it.
That's the playoffs.
Not like the Jason Sehorn getting hurt mid-season the one year for the Giants. That's different. But it's the playoffs now. You play the best players. I don't care if every player will say, and I guarantee players, I'll play it. That's fine. Let's go. Jalen Ramsey, for a guy that's very selfish, was playing special teams yesterday.
Yeah.
We all think. So, yeah.
Yeah, we made that comment yesterday.
Yeah, we were like, holy crap.
And he almost got a touchdown defense if he wouldn't have dropped it. Would have ended the game.
And he almost got in a fight with Robbie Gould at halftime.
Yeah, that's even best.
That's Jalen Ramsey for you.
So you took two, right?
I took two, yeah.
And you're done then.
Yeah.
No, you got one more. Willie's next.
Yeah, we're going to come back.
So you're, yeah.
I'm not even going to remember what's going on. Did anybody pick the 95 Colts Chiefs? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Colts were 4-7, ran the table to end the year. So then they get past San Diego in the wild card. They had a good quarterback. You remember this guy? Jim Harbaugh.
Never heard of him.
Playing a 13-3 Chiefs team.
Isn't he the new Vikings?
A Marty Schottenheimer Chiefs team. Marty never lost the big games.
No, Marty Ball.
Poor Marty got screwed.
Colts win 10-7. Steve Bono was their quarterback. Threw 3 picks. They had to bring in Rich Gannon in relief in the playoffs.
I bet Cher was excited.
Speaking of Cher, I do have a little thing about Cher.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead.
No,
go. I want to hear it
Let's
now.
finish the draft.
So
yeah,
tonight is the
Betty White
thing, and Cher singing the
Thank
Gold
you
Girl
for
song.
being a
Yeah.
friend.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, do you believe?
No, she's singing the
That's
song.
my favorite Cher song. She's a psycho, but that's my
No,
favorite
I
song.
like Half Breed.
And she's like
You can't play that one anymore.
She's 73.
Yeah.
She's still walking.
If I could turn back time. Time.
This guy's the Fritzy of
Time.
Stop.
What's the other one? The famous one.
I got you, babe.
Time.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe. Okay,
So that was mine.
Okay, mine is. I'm gonna set the scene for you again.
Oh.
Okay.
With Cher music.
This is where
Don't steal mine again.
my favorite team began their downfall. Soldier Field, 1987. The Bears were 14-2. They were brought in the Redskins team that I was talking for. They were heavily favored. And I believe the year before they let Wilbur Marshall go and he went to, no, that was the year after. But the Redskins come in and they beat the Bears. The Bears are favored. They'll go back to the Super Bowl again. They end up losing that game. And then the next year, the Redskins knocked them out of the playoffs again. So 2 years in a row. And they were actually favored to be back to Super Bowl again because they had the same team basically back. And they just, after going 13-3 it was, or 13-3. Oh, 14-2. 14-2.
You get those teams that are thorns in your side.
Yep. And then another coach that not many people talk about when you talk about great coaches, Joe Gibbs.
Oh gosh,
Joe Gibbs, hell yeah,
Joe Gibbs,
Hall of Fame. They had to pull him out of the Hall of Fame and have him coach again.
And race cars too.
Yeah.
He loved race cars.
Oh, he was a great racer. He made a bunch of money in racing
team.
too. He was a great
Oh
racing.
my god, yeah,
great racing owner.
Is he he's no longer with us, right? He passed. a few
Yes,
years
I think
ago?
Joe Gibbs passed
Yeah.
away. Yeah. If you didn't, sorry, Joe. Willie, you get 2 and you're done.
Okay. I'm going to go with the 1998 NFC Championship game. You got the Minnesota Vikings at 15-1. You got the Falcons who are at 14-2. So that was.
But the Vikings were a heavy favorite.
Heavy favorite. Gary Anderson misses a field goal
for the first time in his life.
Morton Anderson makes one. Yeah. Didn't Morton Anderson later on miss one for the Vikings against Seattle when it was 10-9 or something like that?
Possibly.
In that really cold game. I can't remember what it was. And I got two of them, right? I remember watching this game. You guys probably do. You guys are all, you guys are old. The 1979 divisional playoff, Rams beat America's team. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. Rams starting quarterback then was
in what year?
1979.
I answered. I said Vince Ferragamo.
You got it.
Yeah,
Vince
because
Ferragamo.
that's what I was trying to talk about before. He came, but he wasn't supposed to be the starter, right? The main guy got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's when they made the movie Heaven Can't
The
Wait.
Rams limped in 9-7.
Yeah.
You know what other great player was on that team, I believe? And nobody ever talks about guys like this, but I like these guys. Jackie Slater was on that team.
Oh, yeah. Great player.
I think Hacksaw Reynolds was on that team, too.
Dude, that's the ultimate nickname.
Is it
Hacksaw?
Hacksaw Reynolds.
Yeah, and the story was he cut a car in half. He was so pissed after a game they lost.
With a hacksaw?
With a hacksaw car right in half. That's a lot of hacking
It's
away.
a lot of work.
And those cars back then, that's a lot of steel.
Yeah, that was.
Holy shit.
That's the story. Who knows if it's true back in those days.
I believe
it. My other one, I'm
last second.
Go ahead.
And that was Roger Staubach's last game.
Oh. I see. It's like right before I started watching football. I probably started watching like 2 years later, where I remember games.
What year were you born again?
73.
Okay.
So I was only like 6 or 7.
6
I
or
remember. I mean, I remember all the San Francisco.
Yeah, we should talk about that sometime. When we remember, like, when do you remember watching?
Yeah, it was the first. I mean, I remember the first big game I watched was like San Francisco Dallas. So I don't know what year it was. 80.
John Brody was probably the quarterback.
No, it was Montana and Danny
geez.
White. And I remember Danny White fumbled on the last drive.
The one
I can remember that.
The game that stands out to me as a child,
and then he punted,
was the Super Bowl with the Eagles and Raiders with Jaworski was the quarterback.
So it would have been
that was 80.
83.
That was 80, I believe. So it was 7. That's what. That's if I go back and it was 1980 because it was a big thing. Was like, oh, the new decade is starting. You know,
and football wasn't as big as like now. It's this huge thing. I mean, it was football.
Well, you only had 3 networks back then too.
Yeah, it was
ABC, CBS, NBC. That was it.
And Monday Night Football. What's
And
the
Fox
history of
came
Monday Night
along what
Football?
year? Yeah.
When did that start?
Oh, it was on when I was.
Was it
1970,
72 or
Yeah.
71?
It was 70 because I remember begging my mom.
It was like when the leagues joined
because I lived on the Eastern Standard Time, and I remember begging my mom
To
let me
stay
stay
up,
up to watch, at least watch halftime highlights with Howard.
Yeah, because people love the highlights because you didn't get to see them like you do now.
You're
That was the
right,
only time I
yeah.
got to see highlights.
Dun,
Was at halftime.
Because you only got like
Yeah.
a couple games, so you never
you never saw highlights. You couldn't see them in the paper.
Yeah. Right.
But the only time you can see the players actually highlights, you have to watch the highlight shows. You have to.
Remember
Our
getting
news.
And you remember that the song was like da dun da dun, and then of course, and then Brocklin throws the pass and for it's a touchdown, and then go right to the next game. That was it. One highlight.
Do you
We were
remember-
like, that was the greatest thing
We're
ever.
gonna watch that on YouTube.
Do you remember waiting to get the
Halftime
paper?
highlights.
Get it, just looking through the box scores in the paper to see
Baseball, I used to all the time.
But even football too is like, okay, he had a touchdown, and
That's how I first started doing fantasy football.
Rotisserie.
Tuesday,
Hieroglyphics.
Tuesdays
With Maury.
USA Today.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get, the USA Today, because it was the best thing. I had everything in there. Go through it with your pencil, and
Well, that's how Pete Lyons League is still. Up until this year, you had to just add them up yourself.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So my next pick, I'm gonna go with the Bears again, but I'm gonna go with upset they had. They actually upset somebody in the playoffs in '95. They went to Minnesota and upset the Vikings, the Warren Moon-led Vikings, 35-18. Steve Walsh of the Bears led them to a victory, and so that they were underdogs in that game, and they actually won. It was pretty amazing. And then the next week they went to San Fran and got the shit kicked out of them, like 52-3 or something like that. I swear to God, it was terrible.
Yeah, that was a good team though. They played.
Yeah, that San Fran team I think might have won it 95. They might have won it, but I'm not sure.
To be continued.
And I don't remember if.
That was the next week they lost to. Yeah, that was what's the name? Psycho.
So you're not going to take this one, are you? But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do yours.
You want to go ahead of me then?
No, go ahead. You're
No,
not
go
gonna,
ahead.
you're not
You're
gonna
not-
take
just
it.
don't take it.
The 2010 Jets Patriots.
No.
Patriots 14-2. Jets were 11-5. The week before going into the playoffs, Patriots won 45-3.
them, yep.
Just destroyed them. Rex Ryan got revenge against Belichick and Brady. They walked the walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's one guy
Nobody likes
I'm not a
him.
fan of Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not a foot guy.
He rubs me the wrong way.
Rubs you the wrong way.
Rubs your feet the wrong way.
Defensive coordinator for somebody here pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Close it out, Bradley.
All right, 1995, Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. And this truly started, I think, that era of Green Bay Packer football. So the 49ers were a 10-point favorite.
Will they lose?
Yeah. Actually, this is back.
Championship game they lost.
This is back when we used to beat the 49ers every year.
That's back when
Yes.
Brett Favre. Yes.
So,
the Brett Favre magic was there.
So we were a 10-point dog, and if you remember this game, Ed, maybe you do. We got up 21-0 on them real quick, and just kind of held suit. It was a 27-17 upset. We went on then to lose the NFC Championship game against the Cowboys, the final week, but then obviously
it was every year.
Then we went.
Fridge is open.
We went to 2 straight Super Bowls after that. So
yep.
So
that's it, right?
There we are. Yeah, we're done.
Awesome. Anything else we got? You got anything else?
Oh my God, we bored the hell out of everybody. They
No,
all
it's
left.
good. I like
we
it
had like
tonight.
10 people.
We
up
had
there.
9 at one point.
It's been a good show, man. It's
9.
been good. It's been awesome. Okay, this day in sports. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Willie.
we got Willie.
Well, let's see. We're at playoff time, so this will be good stuff. This might be Super Bowl stuff here, maybe.
Well,
Days,
some of it is, but
years past.
I do have one that is Kenosha related here.
Okay.
Ooh.
On this day in 1988, the Green Bay Packers hired Kenosha native Tom Bratz.
Tom Bratz, yeah.
Bratz is how you say it, okay? As their
We call him Brats.
Yeah, that's
Vice President of Football Operations. He joined the Packers after being with the Falcons for 22 years. And he played at Kenosha High School with Alan Amici.
Yeah.
All-Starter in football and basketball, and played collegiately at Marquette. And
they had a championship one in the one of the only years they played.
Yeah.
His NFL career was a 4-year career, ended with with Dallas, and he was responsible for drafting Leroy Butler, Sterling Sharp, and Magic Mikowski.
Those guys sucked. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
solid.
Talking about quarterbacks or Super Bowls, we got Doug Williams leads Washington to a 35-point second quarter Super Bowl victory.
Most touchdowns in a quarter, I think he threw for
It
Super
was
Bowl. 4
it
he
was-
threw?
Yeah, 4.
4, yeah.
The second quarter, I think it was.
The second
something like
quarter,
that,
yeah.
I remember watching that game at the White Horse Tavern in Flint, Michigan. Pat Horgan, probably he's been there many times. So, Dallas Cowboys hand the Buffalo Bills their 3rd straight Super Bowl loss in 1993.
Not a fan, but I feel bad for the Bills.
It's tough.
They whooped him that year too. I mean, right? That was the beatdown
Yeah,
year.
50. Was that the Leon Lett
It's like
stolen ball at the
55-10 or
yeah,
something.
something like that.
Because it was the last year that it was actually close.
Was it the year Thurman Thomas didn't know where his helmet was?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That's lack of focus right there. I'm telling you right now, you use your helmet, you have no idea what's going on there. That's a mess.
I could hire him as a painter because that sounds like one of my guys right there.
Don't bring his paint brushes to work.
Yeah.
It tells you how many
Right.
times you've been hit.
Got it on back, using the wrong end of the brush. It's like, what the hell?
This is Ed's favorite, 2000, a fight between Ray Lewis and his companions. Another group of people results in stabbing deaths of Jacinth Baker, Richard Lawler, resulting in the indictment of Lewis 11 days on murder and aggravated assault charges.
And what happened the next year?
ESPN hired him.
He won the
was,
Super Bowl.
He was MVP,
Yeah.
defensive MVP of Super Bowl, and they won the Super Bowl
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
the next year.
And it's
That's-
not,
hey.
and that's not because of CTE, because he was just starting. in
That's
the
a
league.
rags to riches story, though.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
it's a good
It's a
story.
murder to riches. The rags were used to wipe up the blood.
Well, I still believe he didn't do anything. He just didn't want to talk. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing.
Did you see-
I don't think he actually pulled the trigger. I just think he just didn't want to talk.
Did
and they
you
let
see
him
him-
get away with it.
Beloit. I work in Beloit quite a bit. There was a story from this weekend at a high school
Friday
basketball
night.
game. A guy was shot, a former student shot in the parking lot, murdered. 40 witnesses, not one will talk to the cops.
Jeez.
And it's like, well, what do you expect from the police? Really? I mean, what do you read minds? I don't understand.
Then they'll be yelled
And
at for
they'll
not doing their job.
Yeah, you're not
Only
doing your
thing
job.
I can think is this kid must not have been well liked.
I don't
Was
know.
he young?
19.
He's like 19.
He's
Just
19.
1 year out of high school.
That's a gang thing.
Of course it is. For
It was
sure.
Beloit
Burlington?
against
In Beloit?
Madison team.
Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. Yep.
Yeah, Beloit's
It wasn't the school we were working.
And
at.
there was their third murder within the week.
Yeah,
One of them was a domestic violence.
Beloit had 3 in 3 days.
Yeah,
3 murders.
Hmm.
Wonderful. I'll be out there in this week.
The fuck is this
I'll be out
country
there
coming
next
to,
week.
man? It's a mess.
Yeah,
It's
it's
stupid.
there's some sad stuff out there. I mean, I could tell you a good story though. Before my grandpa died, I don't tell many stories about my family, but did I ever tell you about this? Like right before he died, he got to see that Titanic. He was telling me he got to see the Titanic when and that from the beginning, he told them do not get on board. He just knew it was going to sink. I mean, he was confident it was going to sink, and he kept telling everybody until they kicked him out of the movie theater.
That's
I
a
was
great
wondering
dad
where
joke.
this is gonna go. I'm like, what the?
I almost screwed it up. Sorry.
Are we on the dad jokes?
Well,
You still got this day in
All right,
sports.
well, I got a couple. One more. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
2009, Bruce Smith and Rod Woodson are elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame,
Nice.
which is pretty good. And then in 2018, Houston guard James Harden becomes the first player in NBA history to log 60-point triple-double with the 60 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists,
And not
4
Gardner Man.
steals, and block and a block. He had a block in a 114-107 win over the
He
Orlando
blocked
Magic.
Muggsy Bogues.
0 fouls.
Yeah.
He didn't cover anybody.
Couple days if you're interested.
Yes.
Nolan Ryan.
72.
Oh, Nolan Ryan. Let's see.
I gotta do the math here.
I just guessed off the top of my head.
That's kind of where I don't know, 6.
Oh yeah,
66.
Wow, he's
No.
He was born in 1947.
yeah, he's got to be 74. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
he'll be 75 then. Yeah,
I feel like he just
because he was
retired.
pitching before I was born.
And Ernie Banks is also born on this day.
Yeah, he had a great career.
Yeah.
Let's play two.
Oh, I
Ernie.
saw a good Ernie Banks. I'll find it. I
And
saw,
Jackie Robinson was also born on this day. That's a trifecta of birthdays.
Oh, wow.
Baseball birthdays.
You ain't kidding. Three of my three of my favorite players of
Hell
all
yeah.
time.
Here, I found it already. Okay, this is so this was the list of 40 home run seasons by NL shortstops when Ernie Banks retired. Minimum 50% of games at shortstop. Banks 1955, Banks 1957, Banks 1958, Banks 1959, Banks 1960. It took 50 years after Ernie's final MLB season to add another name to that list. Fernando Tatis Jr. 2021.
As what? What was the? What's the?
NL shortstop
Oh,
with
yeah,
NL.
40 home runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he just owned it.
So I was
50
gonna
years
say,
later.
A-Rod hit like 50 something.
Yeah,
You know,
NL.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about
Oh,
that,
yeah.
actually.
So
geez.
Yeah, we didn't even
and
I can't
I've
believe we didn't-
never been. I'm not a fan of Barry Bonds. He's one of those guys that just am. But as a baseball player,
Oh my gosh.
he was very good. That's probably an understatement.
Top 3 or 4.
There's just so many guys, and it's a shame that now he can't get in unless he's if they have to vote him in through the Veterans Committee.
or
yeah, the
sign him to a contract.
1-day contract, and
Yep, and then 5 years later, now we started again.
Restarts the whole.
but the thing that bothers me about it is that I just don't understand it. I mean, I think David Ortiz deserves to get in. I don't know, that's an argument we're gonna have another day, but I think David Ortiz deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But he tested positive.
Yeah.
He actually tested. Doesn't matter if Barry Bonds lied to you about it. You never tested him and never caught him. Same with Sosa. Same with McGuire.
They should all be in.
I mean, and I don't know McGuire, and McGuire and Sosa. Well, Sosa should be in, and being a Cubs fan, I always debated it, but only guy to ever hit 60 home runs in back-to-back seasons.
3 times.
Ever.
You only got to do it 3 times.
3 seasons.
Yeah. Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's crazy to me, and I understand. But what did these guys do? Besides what everybody else was doing.
Well, yeah.
You
Now that
allowed-
Ortiz got in,
and you allowed them to do it.
yeah. Now that Ortiz got in, and he tested positive.
Well, it doesn't matter because Barry Bonds now he's got to go in the Veterans Committee. That's like
Bullshit.
That's like well, come on in. You deserve it. I'd rather get voted in like we talked yesterday. I don't know if you were here when we talked. Willie might have been here. I said I'd be like, I'm out. I don't want to be in.
Well, like Clemens said, you saw Clemens thing. He wrote something that said, you don't need to consider me for the Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
just kind
because he's in the same situation.
Yeah, he's the same as Bonds.
And Clemens isn't getting in because of supposedly PEDs, right?
Yeah,
I don't know why he's not getting in.
But he is essentially a horrible person, Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's banged 15-year-old country music stars. He's, I mean, obviously cheated on his wife. He threw a bat at Piazza during a game. I mean, he's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, there's some rumors what happened to his kids' games, and his kids turn out so great. And, but they're
But what is he one of the greatest pitchers ever?
For sure.
Then he should be in the Hall of Fame.
And that's what brings me to the next point is that if Ortiz,
there's a bunch of assholes in the Hall of Fame.
If Ortiz deserves to get in,
yeah,
then Schilling deserves to get in on the same criteria.
Yeah,
just the playoffs, just the way Schilling pitched in the playoffs was incredible, insane.
No question.
He's the Tom Brady of pitchers.
You could probably do a segment. We could do a segment. How the hell they get in the Hall of Fame?
There's tons of guys in there that are nowhere near the numbers. There's guys in there with worse pass than. Well, maybe not more.
Yeah, was that
Clemens
you sending a text about Scott Rowland?
How about here's an example.
Getting more
for how we are also. How about Ty Cobb's in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
that dude was
fucking racist.
He was a prick.
Yes,
even that racist part. He was a prick.
Yeah,
he was
also rich. He was one of the richest players ever because he bought tons of Coca-Cola stock back in like 1910.
Mm-hmm.
He did like commercials for him and stuff.
Then he actually was in the movie The Fugitive
and then he
chased Harrison Ford around.
No, he sold it all.
Not the same guy.
No, and he sold it all for like. If I want, it was like either IBM or Xerox or something, and he was like super loaded.
He was going from one.
Yeah, he was
one
successful
crazy
on everything.
stock to another crazy.
Supposedly,
stock.
he hit some black guy at a stadium back. That was a rumor, but it's never really been proven. But
yeah, he was pretty racist.
He probably was.
Yeah,
born in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, and he's some rich
Georgia
guy.
peach.
But he was like extremely intelligent. But he gets a bad rap too. I mean, it's over 100 years ago. You don't know exactly what was going on then. It's a lot of it's like the Old West, just yeah. So you don't know. It's kind of like the Babe Ruth of ate 14 hot dogs and then hit 3 dingers for a kid in a wheelchair. Wow. So you don't know when it's that far back. But I mean, anything from the 40s or 50s on. I mean, we know pretty well.
Yeah,
that these guys are douchebags.
I just think the Hall of Fame is
a mess.
Oh, I
mean, I would like to go and see it, but it's just like
I'd like to check it out. But hey, guys, we're gonna find out next week if we're going to the Hall of Fame.
We are.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
we talked about.
Oh
this.
yeah. I'm in.
If Hester gets in,
you were in for everything.
And we said Hester and Butler.
I'm going if Hester gets in.
We're already going. It's one of them. It's only gonna be one.
I'm not going for Butler. I don't give a shit.
If Hester gets in over Butler, I'm boycotting the Hall of Fame.
Hester was a game changer. You know what? You could use Hester 2 weeks ago.
Why could he block?
The year before?
Can he block? He gun and do everything. He's a special team guy. Let's just put it that way.
Butler we could use Steve Tasker.
Yeah.
You could use Pete Tillman.
Yeah, Tillman too. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, the year before, Butler wouldn't have let that guy run right by him like Kevin King did.
Yeah, no shit. Butler was a great player. So I think, are we all in agreement that Bonds, McGuire, they should just all be in?
Yeah.
Put them all in.
If you want to put them in like a syringe shaped hall,
yeah.
I mean, you're telling me
for it,
Alex Rodriguez.
It'd be kind of funny.
A-Rod only got like
A-Rod deserves.
You took drugs. You were only that
Hell
good.
yeah.
A-Rod only got like 30% of the vote. He's probably one of the top 5 players ever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you like him or not.
But
it doesn't matter.
No, he should be in.
J-Lo didn't vote for him, but
she's back with Affleck. She's back
that might be the
Affleck.
worst thing in his career he ever did was date J-Lo.
She went back to Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the worst thing she's ever done. Yeah, they're
I like Affleck.
Yeah, I like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I like him.
He's like Matt
Good Will
Damon's
Hunting.
sidekick.
I like Matt Damon.
No, he dipped
I like
down
Matt
for a while,
Damon.
but no, Affleck, he went like this, and then he's went right back up.
Did you watch that?
Have
You guys seen that movie yet? I think it's on Netflix where he's like a gangster back in like the 1920s, and he goes down the
I want to know.
in
Is it
Florida.
good? Is it good?
It's all right. It's worth watching.
I know what you're talking about.
Some of the stuff gets a little wild.
I still like watching The Accountant.
Yeah, The Accountant's awesome. That's
I haven't seen that. I heard it's great.
You want to see The Accountant?
I don't think
You want to see
It's
Affleck? Good work from Affleck. The Town.
Yeah, Accountant's good.
Oh, yeah, he
I
was great
just
in
said
that.
I watched that last week. Or you weren't here.
I
2
think
weeks
The
ago.
Accountant might be
I
one
was
of his
here
best
last week.
movies.
2 weeks.
Yeah, The Accountant's very good.
Accountant's a great
weeks
movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not typical of his role. It's kind of
obviously
a
not
crazy role.
His best movies are Dazed and Confused, obviously.
Yeah, he was so good in that.
What was his name again?
How he didn't win an Oscar.
That guy's an asshole.
Hey, he gets to ride around in a pickup truck and chase kids around, just trying to beat their ass.
What the hell is
I think something's burning in your kitchen.
Yeah, that's your parents' kitchen.
It's
Jenny's probably cooking.
Jace put too much peroxide on his hair. It's
No,
burning.
she's cooking. I didn't mean she's burning stuff.
Oh,
Hey.
Jace put too much peroxide on his hair. It's
so
burning.
Jace's hair.
So the accountant is recognized
It's
by.
must-see TV.
Okay, I might do it tomorrow if I'm not feeling well. If I still have COVID.
Right. Come over and give me a kiss.
Again.
Oh man, good times.
Any dad jokes?
Oh yeah, I got one right here. Let me know if I started or left off with this one here, but I got a list of them. If prisoners could take their own mugshots, they'd be called selfies. Selfies.
Oh, selfies.
Do you want to go every other?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's so cold in Alaska that someone stabbed himself with an icicle and died of cold cuts.
Ba-dum-bum. Have you heard about those?
Like the bourbon show all over again.
No.
What?
What?
Hey!
Why are you talking like this?
Willie.
I think they're missing the punchlines here.
Have you heard about those new corduroy pillows? They're making headlines.
I like that one.
Okay, point for Willie. He's ahead of you right now. 1-0. We're tough judges too.
I'm sorry.
I would have gave you a point, but Ed gave you a point.
I
so.
gave it probably half point. Let's be honest. That was a.
Go ahead, Willie. I'm struggling. Go ahead.
Yeah. If a pig loses its voice, does it become disgruntled?
You got to come up with something with a squeal there.
Yeah. Okay.
Become squealers in Seattle.
That's way better.
You want to hear a joke about paper?
We're losing fans real quick.
Keep
here,
going.
A
Keep
joke
going.
about paper. It's
It'll tear you up.
Never mind. It's terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, good. Close.
A panic-stricken man explained to his doctor, "You have to help me. I think I'm shrinking." Now settle down, the doctor calmly told him. You'll just have to learn to be a little patient.
A little.
I got a joke about pussy willows. Hopefully Steve Carell's funny.
Well, I had one about a kid.
Oh yeah, when
that
is Steve Carell
like 2 minutes
on his way? Okay, all right, we
Hurry up,
better.
let's fill some time here.
We better.
What do you
I love
call
Lamp.
a bundle of hay in a church?
A prayer bale, a bale of prayer.
Ballister.
Batman. Christian Bale.
What the hell?
My favorite exercise is a cross between lunge and a crunch. It's called lunch.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard this one. You guys have never heard this before, ever. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
Right. It's the third time we've heard
did
it.
you guys also hear that Jamaica has 3 bobsled teams? Did you guys hear that?
Do they?
That's not even a joke.
Bradley's
That's real.
winning right
That's
now.
real. That shit's real.
You know what I'm going to tell you something I saw today, and I don't care if this is, but I saw someone write this on Facebook today. Someone wrote, they were arguing about something, and the guy wrote, "If you believe that, I've got oceanfront property in Jamaica for you."
Ooh, nice.
What?
Because there is oceanfront property in Jamaica.
Yeah,
it's worth a lot.
I think he was trying to like say oceanfront property in Arkansas, maybe, like because he was wrong. I was like, this makes no sense.
That's what's funny about it. But he wasn't trying to be funny, I'm guessing.
He's almost as funny as Steve Carell.
He's coming.
Okay, I can't
Well,
wait.
I got a
breathe
joke.
in
You got one more?
I got a joke for you and Pat Horgan. So, what is a guitar player's favorite Italian food?
Guitar player's favorite.
Fettuccine. Mariachi.
String cheese.
Stromboli.
Ooh.
That's
I do
racist.
like
How does
Stromboli.
cereal pay its bills?
With checks.
Ding, ding, ding.
Your answer was funnier than his.
Okay, so a customer says, "Excuse me, waiter, this coffee tastes like mud." Waiter says, "Yes, sir, it's fresh ground."
Pat's groaning on the.
Thanks,
Pat.
Oh, that's awesome.
My wife just called me pretentious. I was so surprised that my monocle fell out.
That's a good one. That's not a dad joke. That's just funny.
Oh my god.
My monocle.
I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Wow.
Oh, we just made it to 2 hours, guys.
Okay. Oh yeah, we better.
So what
wrap
else we
this
got
up.
here? What else we got?
Oh, I got.
You got a closing. You got.
I got some stuff. I don't know if you guys heard this, but the University of Penn has that swimmer, that woman's swimmer, Leah Thompson. She's been walking around the locker room.
Hold on, I have an interview, Leah. Leah, how you doing?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Just got done swimming. Just got done showering with the ladies.
What, dude?
What, dude? Hey, don't call me dude. I'm a woman.
Go ahead.
I think you stole my joke.
Again.
No,
I'm gonna go do some cannonballs. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Cannonballs.
They don't hurt anymore.
Belly flop. Yeah, so it's like she's been walking around the locker room with her dick hanging out this whole time, and now the
Just a
other
dick under
girls,
her.
the other 27 girls are all jealous because they have smaller penises.
Come on.
No.
She should have put it in a box.
Oh, I love that from
Ooh.
Saturday Night Live. Yes.
You do that in the locker room, you're getting in trouble. I tried that at Tremper one time.
Eric, put your monocle back.
You don't
on.
happen?
That's what I was just gonna say. My monocle fell out.
You know what
That
happened to
was,
me? I put it through the hole in the wall in the locker room. Yeah, Porky's. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Porky's,
okay.
yes.
Oh.
And the gym teacher grabbed it.
Oh, and she's like, "We have a snail problem." Because we have a shell, for Christ's sake.
Did I ever tell you the story? Since we've been talking about the playoffs.
Playoffs.
At Olson's house. Have I ever told you this story? So me, Reese, Olson, Sean, which he's usually on here, but I don't see him tonight.
Sounds like a fun time.
We're watching, and I can't remember which Packer playoff game it was, but this is back in the 90s. So probably it was right around 95 or something. Packers do something. Scott jumps up, and we're in the front room, but I still remember as he jumps up, he's like, yeah. And his dog Frosty gets startled and jumps up and bites him right in the dick. Right in the dick. Because he's wearing like loose pants, just Frosty. And he grabs on, and this dog's like flying around and shit, and he's screaming. Best playoff game ever. I don't know who won or whatever. I just remember that.
That sounds better than him throwing a hot
49ers.
dog and hitting somebody in the head.
So Scott's a redhead, so it was probably just a lot of pants.
Oh, I wish Sean was on tonight because this
Were they Zumbas?
he'd
Like the
remember this.
Zumba pants?
Oh, Shane was there too. Yeah.
Zubas.
Those guys,
Yeah,
those
Zubas.
guys retarded.
Willie,
Willie.
after the show.
Willie. No, Willie was at wiffle ball one time. Willie looks and goes,
No, that was
it was
playing
bags.
bags.
oh, it was playing bags. It was playing
At
bags.
my picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willie just looks over. He's like, those boys retarded. It's kind of like a slap shot. No, we're just putting a foil on for bags.
Now we'll find out if they're listening or not. Shots fired.
Wow.
You guys curious what the number one song was in 1977?
Yes.
77. I'm gonna say Disco Inferno.
Nope.
Oh, well, it's all, I mean, hard to guess on this day. I mean, you got any hints?
You do this with your car.
At the car wash.
Bam. You got it.
But I can't. I'm not. Not the McCoys or
Named after a flower.
Jesus Christ. You remember?
Tulips.
Oh, that's not a flower, is it?
Around my
It has thorns.
Rose.
I don't know.
Rolls Royce.
Oh yeah,
Rose
good call.
Royce sang car wash.
1982. It was a duo.
Hall and Oates.
Milli Vanilli.
It's all in oats. Yeah.
Kiss on my list.
Man
Nope.
Eater.
Nope.
Man Eater. How about Man Eater?
Nope.
How
about Man Eater? No.
How about did they sing a song called Sarah or some shit like
No.
that?
Sarah Smile. No.
Sarah Smile.
Oh, it's not the bitch one. Yeah, because that wouldn't
It's
have got it.
bitch girl.
No can do.
I can't go for that.
There you go.
Oh.
No can.
No can do.
Good
I
call.
can't go for. Can't
And
go for.
That was a good call in Hall and Oates because they were a
That's
duo.
really-
I
yeah.
saw that was there. I seen him in concert. Pretty good. Nice. Unplugged
Night. Did you really?
at Riverside.
Nice. 1992. I remember this band, but if I give you
give us the band.
Color Me Bad.
It's
I Want to Sex You Up.
I Want to Sex You Up, or
Whoa.
Don't look at me. I have no clue.
All for Love.
All for Love. You
Yeah,
got
All
it.
for
You
Love
got
is-
it. Yeah,
I had no clue.
He just said, I want to sex Willie up. That's what he just said. That was weird.
Me? I have no idea who that
awkward.
even is.
And then 1997.
Realm.
Geez, how do I describe it? Oh, I'm just gonna go. Tony Braxton.
Don't break my heart.
Unbreak my heart.
Unbreak my heart.
Unbreak
Yeah,
my
yeah,
heart.
yeah.
And in 2017, Ed Sheeran.
Oh, could be any of them.
There's so many.
hundreds
The
of them.
one
That
with
one, but it's his first song. I bet.
Shape
it
of
is.
You.
Yeah, Shape of. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
First
There you
song.
go.
Yeah. One of his first songs.
He's got so many good songs.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy redhead.
Yeah, anybody
Creepy
seen him
ginger.
said he's awesome.
Soulless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was homeless just like 5 years ago.
He was in a show I watched, and he was in it. It was pretty good. Oh, he was in a movie. You ever see that movie? I think you've all seen it. He was in the movie where the kid the world doesn't know about the Beatles.
Oh, I saw that movie.
Is
It's
that a
great.
good movie?
Oh, it's a
It's
great
very good
movie.
movie.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's in it.
Is it called Yesterday?
Yesterday. Oh, yeah, it's very good.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it really
It's a good
is.
movie. We watched. I'm like, oh, let's check it out. Yeah, it was.
I want
it
to
was
see
pretty
that.
good.
And the new Get Back or whatever. Did you see
Oh
that
no,
one
I
yet?
haven't seen it. Yeah, no.
It's supposed to be awesome. It's like the behind the scenes
It's about the
footage.
insurrection. Get back.
Get back. Everybody get back. Get back.
Get back. Get back.
No, yeah,
He's a
it's
get
like,
back guy.
It's like their real
Get
footage.
back.
and
They had
stuff.
like 60 hours of footage in their last in
Oh, it's on Disney
in
Plus.
studio. Yeah. I'm gonna load
and
that up.
Yoko's
here.
in the whole thing. Hey,
She is. She's just like sitting there.
So, she ruined the Beatles.
Well, you got to watch it because it gives you a complete new perspective. I've heard on the Beatles, how they weren't like broken up; they were all still buddies and just.
Oh yeah.
But you hear all
She's
the
like
rumors.
Giselle, how she ruined
It's like
Brady.
Bon Jovi, who we're going to see.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the bench warmers.
Did you find a fourth?
Yeah, we're hoping you.
You're going.
All right, pencil me in.
When are you gonna be going? When are you gonna be? Are you?
I don't know. I don't have the details yet, but I just know there's a trade show.
Oh, you might not be gone that week.
I don't have the details yet.
You might be fired by then.
You guys used that joke
If you don't
last week.
go, you have to eat this whole pack of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when are we eating that chip?
Let's do it.
Not to know. It's too late now. I'm gonna have heartburn real bad.
Yeah, we have to wait. We have to do it.
Wait till the summer.
We could do it next week.
Is it gonna get stale?
No.
No, it's
Captain.
It's already old.
Does stale matter when you're eating something that's gonna burn
It's
your
already old.
Cock off.
You're supposed to eat the whole thing. Maybe Eric, you eat the whole thing.
Not tonight.
Oh,
I'll
man,
do it next week.
Yeah, because it's only that big.
I'll do it next
break
week.
it up in 4 pieces.
I'll eat it
break
next
you
week.
up in 4 pieces.
We'll break it up 4 pieces and get some milk down here
Yeah, a little ice cream.
and some cookies.
No, you know what? We'll make like a boozy milk.
Ooh, milkshake.
Yeah, boozy milkshake.
Boozy milkshake. Who's in
You
charge
got
of
a
that,
blender?
Willie?
You got a blender?
Yeah, what do you think I am?
You
What
think this
do you
is-
think? The house
Oh,
on fire?
that's right. You got
Is this
two.
Russia?
You got 2 pizza ovens, right, Ed?
Yeah.
Is this
Dude,
Russia?
no, it's like a rich people. I come over, it's like, oh, we'll take this pizza upstairs and cook it on the other pizza oven.
Jeez.
Jesus
It wasn't a pizza
Christ.
oven.
I don't even have one.
They've got like $80 in pizza ovens in this house.
It's our real oven.
I don't even have an oven.
Oh my god!
All right, are we wrapping this up? What about Corral?
Steve, did we miss him?
Oh,
He's
shit.
calling
I
us
forgot
back.
all-
Let's go through our closing thoughts and we'll get him on. Don't worry.
Right.
Oh, I don't even have. Start with Willie.
Willie, what's closing thought?
My closing thought is.
Wow.
I want one more good soundbite next week from you, Scott. You're doing a good job.
Okay.
So you got to get rid of the flipper and get us a good one.
A good one.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. I got all week. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay.
Should we
Okay,
have
one
a
thing.
contest for a soundbite? Like everybody sends one in, and Scott gets
We
to
could do
choose what
that.
the
Yeah,
best one is?
we could do that for sure.
I could get them all.
Yeah.
I got
Sound bites?
You got room?
How many can you put on this bad boy?
I think I could put like 20 different banks on here.
Holy shit, dude!
Okay,
Oh,
wait,
we're gonna
let's-
load this thing up. You're not gonna know what to do.
Yeah,
You have
Is
to
it
have a
sound,
sheet.
it's gonna be soundbite
Sound
week
bite.
off.
It's all
for
this.
NFL?
It's all this. We just hit sound bites for the whole show.
Willie, that's
2 hours.
Willie, that's a great idea.
He's a very strange young man.
Young.
Idiot.
Wait a minute, young.
Upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Good idea though.
Excellent.
We'll add that.
Excellent.
We'll add that and post. We'll post that.
Excellent.
We'll post that. Don't worry, I'll get it out there. Don't worry about it. Eric, any closing thoughts?
Looking forward to talking to Steve Carell.
Okay. It's
Oh
coming,
yeah,
it's coming,
for
it's
sure.
coming.
Big week, guys. You know, the Olympics start. You remember when
curling? That's right. Thanks, Ed. Curling.
Bobsled.
Jamaica. You guys hear?
Yeah, they got 3 teams.
Jamaica has 3. You heard
3?
Yeah,
3 teams.
Everything Irie.
Oh man.
Everything Irie.
Do you remember when all those huge U.S. corporations and companies forced the Major League Baseball to move the All-Star game from Atlanta based on a bunch of lies? But now they completely support the Olympics in China? I'm with them.
That's a great thought for the weekend.
It doesn't make any sense.
They have good mushu pork.
Yeah. China or Atlanta.
Cream of some young guy.
Delicious. It's
Ed
thicker,
would know.
it's thicker than this
Oh,
beer.
that guy doesn't like you. No, won't go.
What is happening?
The goddamn Ukrainians are all over us tonight.
Oh, we better be careful.
You're right. Get on us.
They're gonna use our show to break into their the Ukraines.
What's happening?
I have no idea, but yeah, if any of you guys need jobs as painters, there's openings.
You don't have location services enabled, do you?
A missile hits my house.
I don't think their missiles are that good.
That guy's sent a lot of propaganda.
Yeah. So is that all we have tonight, huh?
That's
Super Bowl in 2 weeks. We'll talk more next week about the Super Bowl. The Rams won't be the home team of the Super Bowl. They're not going to be the home team.
Oh, really?
Because it rotates every year.
Shirts and skins?
Yeah, so they're the away team. They get to use their locker room because they have the nice locker room. The Bengals use the Chargers locker room.
Because they're both nice.
But the Bengals are going to choose what uniforms, and the bet is they're going to choose white because that's what they've won 2 games in a row in the white uniforms, all whites.
Nice.
So that means the Rams will be in their blues.
And the tickets are split up anyway, right? Pretty much.
And they're pretty cheap. I think I got us 4.
Oh, you did?
Right,
Okay.
sweet.
I heard it was only like 7,000 or something starting from the upper deck.
Did you see
That's
how
not bad.
amazing?
They were to drive out in the Chevette.
Did you see how amazing it was though? And
Because he had to sell his Durango. Is that
that's right. Did you see how amazing it was though that they're worried about COVID in 2 weeks, but not doing a championship game last night?
Yeah,
dude, it was ridiculous. Have you seen some of those pictures?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't really want to get. I mean, to me, it's not political, but Magic Johnson.
They're trying to move a Super Bowl.
Magic Johnson standing there in all these pictures. Now, Magic Johnson, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a story back years ago that he has AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
he has the HIV.
Now, everybody had to, protect people that are immunocompromised, like people with AIDS. And there's hundreds of pictures with him, with the governor, the Mayor Garcetti, the mayor of San Francisco, all these famous people, Dave Roberts, who's got cancer, all taking pictures with no masks and not distancing or anything. Huh.
Let's see.
What a bunch of hypocrites.
I'm looking for the football range because, like I said,
You think they're going to get 8?
That was my joke, actually.
Oh, Christ.
No, but it's serious.
But
it's like he's immunocompromised, supposedly. I mean, obviously, he's done really well.
Well, like I said, though, there is no way the NFL is going to Super Bowl, and here's why: they're not allowing Jerry Jones to go to Super Bowl.
Well,
there is no way they're going to go.
Jerry Jones,
Green Bay.
Jerry's probably trying to hire people with COVID to go to LA and give people more. Go there and give people COVID so they can.
I tell you what, there, boy, come on.
But you know what I mean? There's no way they're going to let the Cowboys just have a Super Bowl. No way.
Yeah,
No way.
exactly.
So, but the Rams aren't the home team.
But did you guys see those pictures?
Yes, I did.
There was a ton of them, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. For some reason, it was fine yesterday that nobody had to wear masks,
but they're debating if they're going to have the Super Bowl. Well,
And
they're
then-
having it there.
They got to
of course, they're having it there.
Well, you know what? Then just buy the. If you're so worried, buy the tickets and make it half capacity again, like last year.
I like it.
Yeah, let the city buy the tickets from the NFL and save the seats. I'm fine with that. I mean,
Sure.
I don't care. I'm watching on either way. I'm watching on my TV.
Here's what's
So
going
it
to
doesn't
happen.
matter.
Oh, we don't have tickets?
No, I sold them
No, we're
Damn
going.
it.
You
I thought
said you guys we asked.
to LA.
Do you want to go to Canton or do you want to go to the Super Bowl? And you guys all said Canton. Me and Scott were talking Super Bowl, but we,
I want to see
succumb
Hester.
to
I want to see Hester.
Yeah. So I think we just give all the tickets to Hollywood people. See what
I got to
happens.
say something to Pat Horgan. Pat, I want to see Reese's name on here next week. Listening to the show.
Who's Reese?
This guy that we used to work with.
It's not Don Reese because he'll never.
No.
Where'd you work?
We worked for the Downtown Development Agency in City of Flint. Used to put on concerts and.
Lawrence Welk was awesome. Those
No,
3 weeks.
we did a lot of.
Pat said I'll get on it.
All right, Pat. Thank you,
we're,
buddy.
we're big in Flint.
Yeah, nice.
We're gonna be big now.
Is he from Flint?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Nice.
He's there now.
Nice.
You, Pat, your son lives in Wisconsin somewhere.
He looks bald. Is it from drinking the water?
Wait for him to respond.
Or shaved head. Maybe he's shaved head guy. There's a lot of people that shave their head.
How can you guys even see that?
No, it doesn't look like he's such. But like I said, he looks very young. That's why I thought he was like Willie's like
little brother,
lost long son.
Oh my God, he looks way better. I thought you guys were joking, but I didn't have my glasses on.
Looking guy.
Willie used to babysit him.
That's what it looks like.
He lives in Saginaw. Get it right. Ooh.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Saginaw,
Yeah,
but you
way to
lived
go.
in Flint for Christ's sake for a long time. So
Oh, I love
sorry
that song, the Saginaw, Michigan song.
That's right. Who sings that? Lefty Drizel.
Yeah. So yeah, good call.
Hey, look at that.
He's a good pitcher too.
Yeah, lefty.
Lefty.
Threw a lot of lefties.
Okay. It's time to go.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Hey guys, once again, thank you guys for
no Corral.
Oh shit,
Corral. We don't have time for him. We ran out of time. We're at our threshold, so
Yeah.
we'll get it maybe another time. Once again, for Eric, Willie, and Ed, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. You guys have a great week and enjoy your week off of football.
Goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
Let's give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Feels so